Live. What's good, people? What is up with y'all? Um,
11:40.
yeah, like I said, big week for One
It's
Piece.
10:40
Then they
or
couldn't,
11:40.
11:40.
then they couldn't
Okay, for sure. Make sure I
stop
wasn't
us from
tripping.
talking about it last week.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
bugging.
we had some other stuff going on, but we saved it all for today,
Uh,
Sunday.
all right, bet.
Um,
We
jumping
are
into it, man.
live.
Well, no, I don't want to
What's the
start. I
people?
don't want to start with that. I'm
What
gonna leave
y'all?
that.
Um,
Well, let me just
yeah,
ask you, what
like I
was your favorite
said, big week for One Piece. Damn, they couldn't.
part of
Damn, they
the
couldn't
chapter?
stop
Because I
us
didn't genuinely
from talking about it
enjoy
last
that
week.
part.
You know, we got some other stuff going on, but we saved it all for today, Sunday.
Sir,
Um,
It's good, my guy.
jumping
It's
into it,
good.
man.
sir.
Well, no, I don't even want to start with. I don't even want to start with that. I'm gonna ease into that. But let me just ask you, what was your favorite part of the chapter? Because I am genuinely just curious about that before I jump in. What's good, my guy?
My favorite part of the chapter, honestly, was Saint Summers.
Um,
He added a lot of
my
Saint Summers
favorite
added a
was
lot of sauce and
kind of
dialogue
like,
for
I
the
guess,
whole
the
thing.
full circle lore
Besides Saint Summers, I would
behind
say definitely the Scopper
Scopper
Bond for
Goodbye.
Love Parallels
Just kind of
with
like
Scopper's fight
checks
compared
the
to
temperature on Luffy,
Kaido's. That was
and then
pretty
like
cool.
that flashback of
I enjoyed
him
the whole
talking to
parallels.
Rayleigh,
Yeah.
and how it kind of goes back to Shanks and everything. I'm like how Shanks really like chose this guy, and like them like
My
seeing
favorite
all the
was
shit. I thought that was dope.
kind of like, I guess,
I
the
thought that was
full
dope. I like
circle
that.
lore behind Copper Combine, just kind of like text the temperature on
Yeah,
Luffy, and then like that flashback of him talking to
I like that. I
Rayleigh,
fuck with that the most.
and how it kind of goes back to Shanks and everything, of
After
like how
seeing these last two
Shanks really
panels,
like
I'll say,
chose this guy, and like him
did
like
you
seeing
see any
all the
indication
shit.
that Scopper
I
Goodbye
thought that was
was
dope. I
equal
thought that
to
was dope.
or as
Yeah.
strong as
It
Rayleigh? Or do
confirmed
you
that
think that
Shanks
there's
really
a
was.
hierarchy?
He really pretty much like set this all up for Luffy.
Yeah,
Him meeting Rayleigh, all the setup.
What's good,
yeah,
Zach?
I like that. I fucked with that the most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, after seeing these last two panels, I'll say, did you receive any
Yeah.
indication that Scopper Goodbine was equal to or as strong as Rayleigh? Or do you think that there's a hierarchy?
Yeah, he was always as strong as Rayleigh. I mean, you could say that. I was talking to my guy Blue about this. I see the whole argument going.
Mm-hmm.
I see the whole argument going down with Stopper and Rayleigh and what
Yeah.
and the whole Rogers level and stood on the same pedestal. If you're aware of the database statements, the same thing was said for Oden. After Oden's journey with Whitebeard and Roger, he came
Right.
back to Wano equal to Whitebeard and Roger. He's equal to the
Mm-hmm.
greatest pirates around the world. That's literally his statement said. So all it's doing is keeping that circle of people. That's all it's doing, really. So nothing's wrong with him being equal to Rayleigh. That's, the wings are supposed to be equal. So
Right.
how I put it is that you got a right hand man, you got a left hand man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which hand is your dominant? That's how I think about this. So they're equal, yes, but I give Scopper same thing. I mean, not Scopper. I give Rayleigh the edge over Scopper, even if it's just by one. Same thing for Zoro and Sanji. So it's no different. If you got Zoro at a 95, Sanji should be at 94. Or if you got Zoro at
Yeah.
95.5,
Yeah.
Sanji could be 95. You know what I'm saying? Either way, the 0.5, you give it to one of them, you have to have the edge. Even if you're ambidextrous, you were born with a hand that you knew you wrote
Okay.
off with.
Okay.
You get me?
It's crazy
Yeah, you have a stronger hand.
because I'm
So
gonna be honest.
my right
Before
hand,
we
my
got
left
to
hand,
Elbaf,
unless Roger's left-handed.
and
Roger's
this could just
left-handed,
be
then I
because
get it. Your bomb might be
lack
over
of
Roger, over Rayleigh for sure.
lore
But
Yeah.
no, I
or lack
see
of
Divine
representation
Departure.
until
I've
now.
seen him
I
clapping
never
his
looked at
right hand.
Scopper equal to Rayleigh, even
But
though
that's
he
just
would be considered one
how I
of
think.
the pirate rings for
Okay. It's crazy because I'm
and
gonna
so
be
now
honest.
I'll give you my
Before we got
reasoning
to
for that.
Elbaf,
I never looked at
and
him as equal to
this
Rayleigh.
could just be
I always looked at him
because
as
of
strong. I knew he was in the big
lack
three.
of
being in a big three doesn't
or
mean you're
lack of
equal to
representation
one or
until
two
now.
in my
I never
eyes,
looked at
right? Like
Scopper equal to Rayleigh, even
when
though
we
he
look
would be
at
considered one of the the pirate rings.
That's
go
crazy. That's actually crazy that you're saying
And so now I'll give you my reasoning for that. I never
sure,
looked
yeah,
at him as equal to Rayleigh. I always looked at him as strong. I knew he was in the big three, but being in a big three doesn't mean you're equal to one or two in my eyes, right?
that.
Like
That's fair.
when we
so
look
just
at
on that point right
But
there,
wait, hold
when
on.
we was in Wano
When they
and
say
we were learning about Odin, and they were
you
saying
realize
Odin
that
joined
they're
the crew.
saying equal as in it means they're
Off
in the
rip, I
same
had already
tier,
put Odin
right?
over Scopper Gabon just off of the things they
sure,
were saying
It's not.
behind them,
It's not
whether that
even.
be
You could
because of
say
lore or because
like
of
same thing
fights
it
or
told me for
whatever.
Odin's
As soon as he
statement.
joined, I was
Odin
like,
is just
okay,
in
he's
the
probably
same
stronger
tier
than
as
him, just
Roger and
because I was
Whitebeard,
damn near.
but there's someone
I feel
stronger.
you.
The tier does have
Right.
a ranking system within the tier.
So just on that point right there, when we was in Wano and we were learning Odin, and they
Mm-hmm.
were saying Odin drew off rip, I had already put
Mm-hmm.
Odin over Scopper Gabon just off of the things that they were saying behind him, whether that be because of the lore or because of fights or whatever. As soon as he joined, I was like, okay, he's probably stronger than him,
I
just
couldn't
because I
do
was
that. I couldn't. You want to watch? You watch
right.
the Odin flashback. They actually show you
Who did
Scopper Gabon
who did Rayleigh
right when
fight?
Roger and right when Roger and Whitebeard
Who did
clash,
Rayleigh
that
fight
3 day
in that
fight,
scene?
or that 4 days, that 3 day fight that happened. You actually see Scopper Gabon clashing
Right.
Odin, and they were both fine after the fight. So that told me that they were even because they were
Okay.
clashing evenly when they showed the glimpse of them fighting. Like that's anime canon. It's not in the manga, but it's in the anime.
Did,
It's me. They were
did
just
Rayleigh,
adding content. Say it again.
who did Rayleigh fight in that scene?
Rayleigh fought a group of people and stopped a Kid Marco with one finger,
Right.
using like you could call it advanced Conqueror, you could call it Rio, but he stopped him with one finger. But it was
Mm-hmm.
Rayleigh versus mad people compared to Scopper Gabon, who's legit fighting Odin. And Odin at this time is Whitebeard's right hand man. So like he's the second strongest in Whitebeard's crew. So
I'd assume, brother.
and that's Scopper Gabon fighting him. That's why when people say, "Oh, who's stronger, Rayleigh or Odin?" That used to be a big debate. Who's stronger, Rayleigh or Odin? A lot of people say, "I give the edge to Rayleigh. I give the edge to Rayleigh."
Mm-hmm.
That's
Crazy.
fair. You can say that, but there's
No.
nothing to actually tell us that Rayleigh is actually stronger than
So
Odin. Like, watch this, right?
all right. So
Who's
only reason I'm
stronger,
saying no
Odin
is because I'm being consistent with something I've said in the past, where I thought if they would have
I
had a
assume, brother.
1v1, I would slightly
Okay,
give the
fair.
edge to Odin
That's how you're. That's fair.
based
That's
off
consistent
of.
to how
I'm
you're
trying to remember
scaling
what I was
Rayleigh.
basing because
You
we had
view
like a
Rayleigh higher
20-minute debate about this.
than Odin, right?
Oh, I was giving the
Crazy.
edge to
No.
Odin because I felt like
Then you
Odin
can't
was
think
more
Then you
proficient in
can't think
Ryu
Bullet's
than
stronger.
So all
Rayleigh
right.
was.
So
I thought
only
that
reason
would
I'm
be a
saying
key
no is
factor in
because
the
I'm being
fight.
consistent with something I've said in the past, where I thought if they would have had a 1v1, I would slightly give the edge to Odin based off
Mm-hmm.
of. I'm trying to remember what I was basing because we had like a 20-minute debate about this. Um. Oh, I was giving the edge to Odin because I felt like Odin was more proficient in Ryu than Rayleigh was. I thought that would be a key
Yeah.
factor in the fight.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. You know, it's crazy. It's fair to say. There's nothing actually saying that you're wrong about that or right. You know, Odin's famous. Rayleigh's famous for that scene, stopping him with one finger. Rio on one finger with Marco, but then Odin, the
I
Odin
do
two
remember
sword
that.
style
You're
is
right. That is
a
true.
type of hockey that he got into,
That's true.
like that
That's
Odin
true.
level of Rio or whatever.
That's
So
true.
Yeah,
you could definitely say that. But that's fair. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just to me, if you Bullet is scaled directly to Rayleigh. You can say canon, non-canon, because he's
Yeah,
almost a movie
that's fair.
character. But he legit scales directly to the guy. Like they said, Bullet back in our day, he's the strongest Rayleigh.
I do remember that.
You
You're
know
right
what I'm
there.
saying? So it's like, okay, that's direct
That's
chain
true.
scaling to that man.
That's
You could say that you could say Bullet got stronger after that for sure. You know what I'm saying? But it's a bunch of schematics with that shit. But
yep. That's
Yeah.
just for
Yeah.
Scopper
Yeah.
Gabon, this is what you gotta. This is how I looked at it too, right? Luffy is trying to get this key from Rayleigh. I mean, from Gabon. I wanted so bad to see Luffy go into second gear, third gear, fourth gear, maybe. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
happen. But when he went fifth gear, he didn't want
Yeah.
to fight no more, right? Plus he came with Zoro. Plus he came with Zoro when he did that, which is fair, right?
Yeah.
Which is fair. The way I see it, I wouldn't want to
For
toss
sure.
it. I wouldn't want to toss a Rumble with that either. Because to be fair, who did we see fighting Rayleigh?
Kizaru?
Kizaru, right?
Yeah.
Luffy got to fight that same Kizaru again. Luffy did fairly. I'm gonna say Luffy did fairly to be on his own and not, completely different from 2 years ago. He did
Sure.
fairly. But Luffy now lives in that realm. You know what I mean? It makes sense because Rayleigh and Kizaru, that's an old Rayleigh and that's Kizaru. You get what I'm saying? This is old Scopper. Now we're seeing this guy go Gear 5. Same Gear 5 that fought Kizaru. But he went he did not all out, but he extended himself to an extent where you can't say Scott Rayleigh would have did the same because he's old. So to me, he did what the old guy is supposed to. Me personally. Now, do I think that this means Rayleigh or Scopper Gavon stronger than Rayleigh? No, I don't think so. Because remember, we also saw Rayleigh toying with the Gear 4. You know what I'm saying? So if you remember in the anime, Rayleigh is toying with when Luffy first learns Bounce Man and is excited about it. Shows Rayleigh he can't put a finger on Rayleigh. He can't touch him. That's Gear 4 Luffy time. So it's like, all right, bet. A lot of things have been learned since then.
No, for sure.
I like to see the
to the last point.
that Scopper Gavon used.
For like 2 seconds, I had a question for you. As far as Shanks Red Hair Pirates crew goes,
I'm gonna call it that.
do
So
you
I
look
was
at
glad to see that
his left hand and right hand as equals?
I think that's Sanji. Definitely that's a Sanji parallel. Sanji should be getting that in the future.
Okay, fair. I was just giving more context of another reason why I didn't look at Scopper
the last
like
point.
that prior to this part.
Like
Because every other
I
crew,
had a question for you.
it's never just been like a clear,
Shanks Red Hair Pirates crew.
oh yeah, he's equal because he's my left hand, so
at
my right hand.
His left hand and right hand is equals?
No, but there's been statements clearly to distinct the two.
Sure.
Okay, fair. I was just giving
We know
more
like the top three.
context of another reason why I didn't look at Scopper like that prior to this arc. Because every other crew, it's never just been like a clear, oh yeah, he's equal because he's my left hand. So right hand
no, the left hands are never really emphasized on. It's always ambiguous who the left hand is sometimes on crews.
Sure.
But we know, like, we don't know the left hand. We don't know the left hand of Shanks' crew. We know the right hand is
For Shanks'
right?
crew?
For Roger's crew. And for Whitebeard's
I thought it
crew,
was Lucky
the
Luke,
right hand
Fat
man
Boy.
is not Roger. Shanks' crew and Whitebeard's crew.
That's what Zaza was saying too. He thought it was also Lucky Luke.
Pre-time skip. We know Ben Beckman and we know Marco. Who's the left hand man of both of them?
For sure.
For Shanks' crew?
For Shanks and Whitebeard's crew. Who's the left hand man?
I thought it was Lucky Luke.
Who else is like a notable character
With the Guardians.
in that crew?
You can say that.
That's what Zaza
I said, who else is a notable character
He
in
thought
that
it was
crew?
also like,
You can say that, but there's no information that.
Sure, but we know he's not. We know he's not top three. We know he's not.
Left-hand man.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that, or he doesn't have the state.
It's safe to assume Yasop's not a top 3 character.
And we don't know that. Same thing for Marco's.
Why?
Character in that crew. Who else?
Again?
I said, who else is the notable character in that crew? That's like,
Yasop. What?
sure, but we know he's not. We know he's not top 3 in the crew. We know.
We don't know that. We don't know that. But say you could assume that there's nothing out that says
It's safe to assume Yasop's not a top 3 character.
I can't say that. You want to know why? Yasop is actually the one with notoriety. I haven't heard nothing about Lucky. Yasop actually has the epithet.
I feel like we knew nothing about Scopper Gavon before this arc.
Bullets go, best marksman in the world. There's all types of shit that comes with Yasop. He has ongoing beef.
We knew he was top 3. Yeah, like I knew he was top 3.
Rivalry.
Okay.
That he has
That's right.
shit out there to his name.
What's good,
I know nothing of Lucky Luke, but Yasop, he has actual statements, and you know what I'm saying? Like Yasop is a little different. So it's a little.
I feel like we knew nothing about Scopper Gavon before this arc.
We knew he was the left hand man to rock. That's all we needed to.
He was top.
That's all we needed to know. They never said anything for him, and then it was crazy about it because when they depict Scott or Gabon, that same fight they had on the island with Whitebeard, Marco's the one leading his men into the battle.
Okay, I got some comments in the chat.
Marco's been there for a while, right?
Mhm.
And he's still just a prince at this time. Marco was still in a prince at this time. Remember that.
Yeah.
Then you have when Whitebeard and Roger are talking to each
That's
other,
fair.
it's Rayleigh and Scott or Gabon that are issuing the order for everyone to attack. And they're standing there
Sure.
as equals, ordering the rest of the pirate crew there to attack.
I
Then
got-
then to add to that, you have Scott or Gabon fighting Odin in that flashback. That tells me they're on the same, like they're in the same realm.
Yeah.
That's how I've always same thing.
Sure.
Same thing for Zoro and Sanji. End of series, I have them being right there with each other. Like I said, you could say left hand, right hand man. You could say they both equal. You can give the edge
Yeah.
to one. Cool. At
I
the end of the
got
day,
some comments real quick.
Zah,
I don't know if
You have
Zah's
a
trolling
left-hand
or not.
man, right-hand
Where
man.
Zah says
You're
Lucky
strong.
Root
If you
is
get
the
a punch
fastest in
with
the
one of these
verse.
hands, it's gonna hurt.
They said he is as fast as Kizaru.
I do emphasize.
I don't know.
His right hand,
I don't know if
right
that's
hook.
correct.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's just what it. That's just how I view it. But they're still
I've
both
never heard
top
that.
tier. Both of my hands.
I've never
hurt
heard
still,
that before.
regardless. You get me? That's how I.
I got some
I
comments
don't
real
know.
quick. Zah,
ABK,
I don't know if Zah is trolling or not. Where Zah says Lucky Root is the fastest in the verse. They said he is as fast as Kizaru.
No,
I
it's
don't
crazy.
know.
See, that's a fan-made. That's a fan-made, long-running thing people say about Lucky Root.
ABK says Sanji over Zoro.
Never.
Show me the statements, man. I never seen it. I never
Brian,
seen it.
okay.
I don't know.
ABK also says
Like the
he
right
has
hand man
Lucky
for
Root
Shanks,
right
right
under
hand man
Ben
for Shanks
Beckman.
is he's literally called the moon. So Shanks' son. There's no need to argue any type of right hand man shit to that. You get me? I guess a little different. But yeah.
ABK says Sanji over Zoro.
Bias.
Bias. Okay. ABK also says he has Lucky Root right under Ben Beckman.
That's fine. We already established that's a fine thing. You do the same thing, so does I. I don't know, so I don't know who's actually the second structure. And if I had to think about it, they parallel Lucky Root to Jinbei. So
I mean,
if you're going with that, just remember
you could state these parallels, but my opinion often differs from
thwarting Jinbei,
the fandom, and
so
the large fandom has Jinbei third on the crew.
I'm just saying.
I feel like I'm on the outside saying Sanji's still third.
You're just starting to throw parallels out of nowhere. Stay consistent. When I start firing back these names, because I know these parallels. That's all I'm saying.
You could state these parallels, but my opinion often differs from the fandom, and the large fandom has Jinbei on the crew. I feel like I'm on the outside saying Sanji's still third.
Nah, a lot of people got people still got Sanji above Jinbei. There's that fine line of people that believe probably like me, maybe Blue, maybe my guy Trip.
I don't think they. I don't think that when they say it, I don't think they're doing it solely off of strength. I think strength plays a part in it, but I feel like they're also going off of bounty and experience,
like Jinbei's that
stuff like that.
He's like that.
He's like that. I think the bounty is higher than Sanji.
If I got wings, Jinbei's the jetpack. You feel me? Like the wings gonna hit me fly, but then Jinbei do the jetpack. I turn on.
No matter that at all. ABK says no.
I don't think that when they say it, I don't think they're viewing it solely off of strength. I think strength plays a part in it, but I feel like they're also going off of bounty and experience and stuff like that to put them over Sanji. Because I think his bounty is higher than Sanji.
I mean, to be fair, at one point Jinbei's bounty was higher than Sanji.
That's true. Very true. No matter that at all. ABK says no. Yasop under Ben for sure. Yeah, obviously he has to be, most definitely.
So I'm not saying. And it's crazy because if I was
how do you feel about the casting? How do you feel like the casting for Lucky Root in the live action?
Not Lucky Root, not Ben Beckman. Not throwing that in there. Just letting it be known. Yasop
for sure.
On how he looks amongst the crew.
ABK says
kind of got a
Sanji
good little
indeed
salary.
blitzed Jinbei though.
He
The
handled business.
jetpack,
So he
LMAO,
told the
I'm
captain
biased.
to get out the way. Let's move, man.
How,
they think they can get away with this?
how do you feel about the casting for Lucky Roux in the live action?
Fire. Love it. I love it. I was cool with it.
For sure. Let me see. ABK says Sanji indeed
comment,
blitzed
ABK
Jinbei
says
though.
Ben is
The
a straight
jetpack,
bum in live
LMAO,
action.
I'm
Watch it
biased.
no
So
more.
fair enough.
I mean, that's fair.
You gotta
I
give
think
another chance.
Sanji's big
I
thing
think as
for
far as the
him
live
character
action goes, they did an immaculate job comparing it from the
even if
adaptation.
Jinbei could react, he probably barely reacted. Like he do so at a state where he's doing good, but Sanji speeds a problem. I think
I don't even remember what he looked like. Was he fat?
Last comment, ABK says Ben is a straight bum in live action. I can't watch it no more. You're bugging, bro. You got to give it another chance. I think as far as the live action goes, they did an immaculate job comparing it from the adaptation to the manga to the anime.
Besides the only person that was casted that I felt like they failed. That's it. One spec. You wore an outfit and then you took a picture of somebody didn't tell you got like a little string on the clothes or whatever. And then you thought
Ben Beckman old?
Everything was on T. And you seen that shit, you like, yo, why didn't you tell me I had it on my hat? Like, bro. He's like, I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention. You ain't my mentor, bro. That's how I feel. Yeah. That's how nobody told us the story. You gotta, even if Ben Beckman ain't gonna have them as dialogue, we gotta make him better. This guy looks old, bro.
Isn't Beckman old?
Yeah. But he doesn't. Beckman doesn't look old and out of it. Beckman is like that. If you see him when he has his black hair, he's a cool customer. Like he it's good. Think about it. Shanks is about to go blick, then Beckman like. That's what you seen, baby dog. Where he got the whole fandom thinking he's seen it too. Like this shit crazy.
That's fair.
Like think about it, man. The aura was different with Ben Beckman. In the live action, it's like in the live action, you're just like he's telling Shanks, he's like, Shanks, he's an orphan. Shanks is like, chill out. Let this little nigga know the real. Like, damn, you shoot down Ben Beckman like that.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the casting for Ben Beckman looked like. I remember he didn't exactly look like
beating up the pirate.
Ben Beckman for real. But I mean,
he took care of them and stuff. They had the whole crew.
I can see how it's gonna be challenging.
Beckman ain't really get no real shine for it. Yasop was get some bang. That shit was hard.
Yeah, I don't even.
Oh, word! It was that dope.
Casting for Ben Beckman looked like. I remember he didn't exactly look like Ben Beckman for real.
Zaza says I didn't care for any of the Shanks casting.
I can see how
challenging was fired.
2 years ago at DreamCon when I met you, I took a picture with the gentleman.
But I
saw my Instagram. I took a picture with a gentleman who cosplayed Ben Beckman. Should have casted that.
For sure.
Oh, word. It was that dope?
Yeah, I
sent it to you when we done this, for sure. Son did that. He did that. Man.
Zaza says I didn't care for any of the Shanks casting. Yasa was fire though. That could be a biased statement, so I can't even really take you serious on that. But I do feel like Yasa was decent. For sure.
Everyone was decent in live action. Every casting. It's literally the only one I didn't rock with was the Ben Beckman.
Okay.
They should have made him.
Real question for you.
He didn't even.
How good do you think the fight would have been if
got a little
Zoro and Luffy did go at it with him in that fight? If they did actually have that fight, how long would
coffee? He just took off the cop suit. Like goddamn, bro. He mall cop type vibes. You know what I mean? I could be doing him a dishonor like talking about him.
Real question for you. How good do you think the fight would have been?
Cardavis taking on the whole island.
Zoro and Luffy did go at it with him in that fight. If they did actually have that fight, how long would it take?
I think he's cooked. I mean, anybody taking the two of them on is cooked.
Okay.
Like just like that. I think he's cooked, especially if they're old like that. He's cooked. That's like if you were telling me Garp takes on.
Yeah, Cardavis take on the whole island.
No. That's fine. I think it would have been different. It's just Garp versus who's on and Teach. You don't need the whole lot. It's Garp versus, like, think about it. The two people who actually did damage to Garp was Kuzan and Shuri, two first-hand man caliber people. So if you just change the tier of a first-hand man, and you change him to the actual man and make him a captain level of strength.
ABK says one attack and done.
Zoro and Luffy. One of them's a tier above the other. So if you take one person and make him a tier above, then I don't lie. But yeah, I think the fight would have been good. Still, I think it still would have been long though.
That's fair. That's fair.
I could be wrong.
ABK says one attack done.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind that. He probably dodged a couple more attacks and he's cooked that. After Luffy connects one good one, the most I can say is he's probably in a little more shape than Rayleigh because he's on the island with the Giants. That's the only thing I say.
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I really give. That's the only thing I really want to give him for real. Besides that, ain't too much difference on their skin. I view the old niggas in a certain light, and I used to tell myself I might have been wrong, but then I wasn't because I really broke down what happened at Hachinosu. And I was like, okay, no, this is very consistent with the way I
don't think so either.
Like right now, even ABK, you can hear me out. Right now, me and Blue, we've been having this since I met Blue. He's hit me with this generational agenda about how the young pirates of today have surpassed the old pirates already. Like they were in their prime. He said that they've already been surpassed. And I keep telling him no, because I don't think Shanks was stronger than Roger. You could say Shanks was equal to Roger. You could say Shanks was right. He was just above Roger, but just above Rayleigh, and just below Roger.
What's good, Fine.
You can say that, but I just don't have it as Shanks is stronger than Roger. I don't. You know what I mean? I just want to use Shanks because I personally think that because Shanks had both of his arms, it wouldn't be a question. He would be stronger than Roger. And he don't got it. Right? So I can use another character in the context. I don't think, what's it called? I think Whitebeard in his prime is still a beast compared to, like, characters we see in their prime now, like, Kaido in his prime. Kaido, he's a hard character. I think Kaido is like that. But Kaido versus Whitebeard in his prime, I don't think that Kaido.
Which one is Hachinosu?
Things I'm doing for old sick Whitebeard, take those away. Kaido's gonna have a problem.
You're saying,
it's gonna be an extreme diff, sure, but I'm not saying, Kaido's beating Whitebeard like that. And I'm not just saying that. Garp in his prime is different. I do believe that. Garp in his prime clears Hachinosu. That's my issue here.
Which one is Hachinosu?
The where we just saw, the only place we saw Garp fight.
You're saying, the island.
If Garp was in his prime and went to that island, it would have been a problem. The only way he wouldn't have cleared Hachinosu is if Kuzan would have said, all right, I got to freeze everything. And literally went all out on some Punk Hazard type of vibe. Otherwise, no. You're not just getting away. You're beating Garp. You probably would have never stabbed Garp neither. You know what I'm saying? Like all certain things to me are just taken into consideration. Garp's telling us he's moving. He's half as strong. He's moving half as fast as he used to. He's been saying it since through the damn cannonball. Literally, go to any lobby, see him on water side, see him throw the cannonball. He's like, I'm not throwing them as fast as I used to. He's literally saying that to us. So imagine if he's in his prime doing that. Give him the half he's lacking. Let's see how that ends up. That's all I'm saying. So I don't believe I told Blue, the old dudes we're seeing at a certain level right now because they're old, yes. If they were in their prime, I do think they shake up the world a little different. But Blue's agenda is the prime have already been, the old generation's prime has already been surpassed. I think they're just about there, but that prime that you're talking about, it doesn't get they don't officially achieve that pedestal until they get to end of the series. Like they at that final war or everybody gets their last bounty epithet type shit. That vibe. Because I personally believe Luffy is top 4 commanders are all of them.
Double Divine also has to climb Rayleigh. I'm sorry, not Rayleigh.
End of series, Zoro-san
also has to climb Ray every night, so that helps him stay in shape as well.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
ABK says Shanks was doing Roger attacks at 15. He's definitely stronger now.
Reading some comments here.
I don't necessarily agree with
Zah
that.
says
That is a speech.
Scalper Goodbine also has to decline Ray. I'm sorry, not Ray. Also has to decline Ray every night, so that helps him stay in shape as well.
I guarantee that him doing it at 15 isn't even the same potency as him doing it today.
Was doing Roger attacks at 15. He's
I don't even want to compare it to
stronger now.
The King of the Pirates.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
That's out of context as hell.
Yeah.
See, that's a Shank bias.
Respect.
Yes, he did the same thing, but I doubt he did it at the same potency at 15. What?
Zah says
I guarantee him doing it at 15 isn't even the same potency as him doing it today.
So what I'm saying.
I don't even want to compare it to.
Yeah, because I just backdoored and said Ray cooler than him too.
I do like the sentiment. I like how you hype Shanks up.
Respect.
Zah now agrees with you saying, "Oh yeah, Garp wiped out the Blackbeard Pirates in his prime."
Zah says
that's Kobe's lame fault. He should have let Kobe get stabbed. That's wild. Helmeppo needs his time to shine.
Backdoored and said Ray cooler
I
than
mean, I'm still waiting. But, I mean, I'm open to it.
Zah now agrees with you saying, "Oh yeah, Garp wipes out the Blackbeard."
I want him to get.
I can definitely see that.
I need him to get Kobe's like a medium amount of time. I don't want no.
He should have let Kobe get stabbed.
Because you've been next to Kobe for a little bit.
Helmeppo needs his time to shine.
I feel like he hasn't.
How much time he needs?
Stepped up to measuring up. And when I say measuring up, I don't even mean like make Kobe your parallel or like your scaling brother.
I want him to get,
but you gotta do something more.
I need him to get like a medium amount of shine. I don't want no little.
I need medium.
Because you've been next to Kobe for a little minute. And we had this conversation before. I feel like he has
more
stepped up to measuring up. And when I say measuring up, I don't mean like make Kobe your parallel or like your scaling brother. Because I wouldn't put that on you. But you gotta do something more than what you've done in the last 700 episodes. I need medium feats from you. Not go be a distraction to this spot.
I don't think Shanks stronger than
it says I wouldn't say all new gen have surpassed old gen as of now, but Shanks, Blackbeard, Mihawk, Luffy have reached new heights.
Yeah.
I don't think Shanks. I don't think. Yeah.
I don't think Shanks
is the only person I liked on that list for it, and I still think Teach is still forward. I don't even think Teach is there yet himself. I think Teach is still forward. Like when Teach fought Law, I think I'll tell you Teach anyway, for sure. But I think Teach is still like, let me see what I can do with my power. Like he's still growing and learning himself. You know what I'm saying? I still think so. You know what I mean? Like him and Luffy are like Luffy's not at peak yet. So I don't
personally. I don't have Shanks over Carl Rogers.
Still learning.
I don't have him over Rocks.
I don't think they're there yet. Luffy got a stamina issue. Blackbeard to me, like I don't know what his issue is. I know he's just not there yet. If he was, he would. He just been done that shit already. He wouldn't be worried about this, that, or you know what I'm saying. Got Jimmy.
Nah, you spitting. Personally, I don't have Shanks over Carl Rogers, and I don't have him over Rocks either.
Sakazuki and Dragon are the only. And I'm still waiting on Dragon. But Sakazuki and Dragon are the only two characters as of right now that and Kuzan. You could throw him in that hemisphere because he fought Dragon. He fought Sakazuki, but he lost and was gonna die at that. Sakazuki chose not to kill him, so keep that in mind as well. A lot of people like to give Kuzan a lot of credit. I do too. Just keep that in mind. It wasn't like he equaled out the fight. No. Fought for 10 days, and then he was the one at the other guy's feet. He lost the proof. Right? I think that Sakazuki and Dragon, they're going to be the people to show us what the current generation is for sure. Because with that, we already got Oda already said out his mouth that the parallels for the old generation to this generation are Shanks and Nemo. Like, you got old white Beard and Roger.
They just gonna cape for him.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
say it makes Shanks
But
look
we
that
don't
much
see
better because
people don't like the pedestal that Mihawk
Shanks
owns.
younger or
It's
whatever.
crazy to me.
Well, hey,
I think if you're a Shanks fan, the prime pedestal you need to be you need to make sure Mihawk gets his
about to
respect.
not
So
wanting to
keep
fight him.
Shanks credit. Otherwise, the less credit Mihawk gets, the credit Shanks will get. They literally are scaling.
They just gonna cape for him and say it makes Shanks look that much better because
Did you see the
younger or whatever.
Did you see the clip that Mihawk? Did you see the clip that Mihawk? I think we spoke about this already. Did you see the clip that Mihawk action
exactly.
About the one.
He saw the fandom about the painted black blade. He's like, if Mihawk painted a black blade and he ain't this or that, then what does that say about Shanks, who literally gets all the notoriety?
Exactly.
He's not lying. But now it just shows you.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta respect the whole. You gotta respect the duality of the fucking things you're steering and scaling. You can't just say Shanks is God.
It defeats your argument.
And he's not. Well, Shanks is a god.
You're not gonna like this next comment.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of get like that.
ABK says.
They're both lit and move on.
ABK says potency doesn't matter. Point is his growth has been crazy. I agree with the second half. I disagree with the first half.
It
defeats the purpose. Yes, there you go. Yes.
Sorry, you're not gonna like this next comment.
Yeah, that was a crazy comment. ABK, I ain't gonna lie.
K says
potency doesn't matter. That's crazy.
Especially for me.
See, now you're disappointed.
Potency doesn't matter. Point is his growth has been crazy. I agree with the second half. I disagree with the first half. I'll let you get your shit off before I read anymore.
I ain't nothing to say. ABK just trying to gaslight
you. You can make the argument.
Yeah, that was.
I can't take him serious. I can't take that serious. He's better than that. He's better than that.
I was gonna say, oh girl.
See, now
Bonnie.
Potency is the difference between Luffy and
Yamato. How about an equal form? It's not the same for real. One of them stronger in that form.
Yamato's not splitting.
Exactly. And we both know that. Yeah, DK, come on, man. I agree. You're better than that.
Zoro.
That was crazy.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. As far as
but not the same for real. One of them.
Yeah, and remember, she's literally 12 years old. So you know.
Exactly, and we both know that.
Or 13.
Yeah, come on. I agree. You're better than that.
Listen, he knows. I know my guy. I know. I just can't, certain things I can't do. Like
bugging on now.
Arguments.
Zod says Shanks and Mihawk don't fight anymore because so their hockey is cool, but they don't fight.
Made no sense to have that argument. They ain't gonna you just gonna be mad and I'm gonna be on them.
I don't understand.
This guy, and he said this. And I was like, what the hell, bro? Like, I just missed it. I'd rather move that.
Yeah, bugging on now. Zod says Shanks and Mihawk don't fight anymore because so their hockey is cool, but they don't fight like that. Don't fight anymore. So their hockey is cool, but they don't. I don't understand this.
Yeah, I stay away from that other too. I think that one's a Yonko and one's the world's strongest, so they're in positions where they have to both be fighters. Even if you don't think Shanks is going out there doing nothing, people are, as you see, people step on Shanks' territory, he has to handle it. People start shooting at his fleet, he has to handle it. Mihawk, people sailing to the seas of the ground line,
I'll read 2 more comments and we'll get back to it. Zod says hockey blooms in battle. They in the background strolling or telling stories about losing their arms.
There's complete contextual evidence for both characters holding their position with affirmative action.
ABK says,
don't combat each other.
I'm saying potency didn't matter when he did it at 15. He's had much more time.
I'll read 2 more comments and we'll get back to it. Zod said hockey blooms in battle. They in the background strolling or telling stories about losing their arms. Okay.
Hockey.
Go ahead.
Nah,
oh no, not good.
ABK
I feel like it should be
says,
obvious.
I'm saying potency didn't matter when he did it at 15. He's
Strongest
had
sword.
much more
I think
time
that's
than Rogers to
what it is.
perfect it and make it stronger. Kez ain't trying to hear
Kevin
it since
trying to hear
finding out
since
Ricky
finding
Shanks
out Ricky
was
Shanks.
fighting WSS.
I'm saying potency did not matter when he did it 15.
I don't
He's
know.
had
I'm not
much
sure.
more time than
I feel
Roger
like
to
it should be
perfect it
obvious
and
for me,
make
but
it
it's not
stronger.
popping out.
What?
Well then, all right, then you're
World
discrediting what he
strongest
did at
soldier.
15.
No, I
Then
know
if
what
you're
he mean
saying
by
that he got so much
that.
growth since
That
15
still
to
don't.
now,
That
then
still
like
don't.
you
Kevin
were
trying to
saying
hear
in the
That
beginning, the
don't
fifteen
rectify what he was
isn't
saying about
credible as
potency
much as you were
being.
trying to pitch it.
I'm saying Poli did not matter when he did it.
Yeah.
15. He's had much more time than Roger to perfect it and make it stronger. Well, then, all right, then you're discrediting what he did at 15. And if you're saying that he got so much growth since 15 to now, then like saying again, the 15 he isn't credible as much as you
He's
were trying
doing the
to.
same thing he always does about Shanks. See, he just discredited Shanks' own shit, right?
Yeah.
This is what I say the same thing about Shanks taking away his arm. You sacrifice your arm for a reason. If you don't give away your arm, what was going to sacrifice you?
What's good, Menace?
Right here asking, yo, you sure what you did with your arm gambling it? You sure that was the best decision? Which means it matters, bro. Like that's the world's strongest man asking.
I think he lost potential.
You sure that was the right decision
Yeah, I
to
don't
do
think he got
with
weaker.
the arm, bro? Mihawk don't even fight you with the arm. It matters. Your arm makes a difference, bro. You could think that Shanks didn't grow weaker. I don't think he grew weaker when he lost the arm. He lost a certain amount of skill, and he had to get that and get trained with that right arm to make sure he's masterful as a right arm swordsman.
I think he
That's
lost
just what
potential.
I just like, because if he doesn't lose the arm, he is the king. Legit, he's the king. Buggy even said it. You are the king, bro. It's just what it is. You don't have the arm anymore. That's the whole point of the sacrifice. But that's just me. I guess I'm biased, man. Hey, you're taking away plot narrative points for him if you take away the growth and just give everything at 15. To take away the plot narrative and everything he needs for him to sacrifice the arm for Luffy. Like anytime you argue with a Shanks fan, right, Coach, ask him, what do you think me losing the arm is? Like just what is the symbolism of it? And if they tell you, oh, he sacrificed it for Luffy, what did he sacrifice? He sacrificed it for Luffy. Yeah, but what did he sacrifice his arm mean? Like if you say, yo, I sacrificed my heart, you're probably dead after this, bro. So if you sacrifice your brain, you're a vegetable. Like I get it when you sacrifice it. So if you sacrifice your arm, it has to mean something beyond just, oh, I don't have an arm anymore.
For sure, I mean,
A fraction of my strength or my skill or whatever you want to say is, why does Oda always harp on he's better in sword skill than anybody else? Because he's a two-armed man and he has all the skill that a two-armed man has.
Yeah,
if you're a one-armed man, you fucking missing something. So yes, they're always going to emphasize that Mihawk has better skill because that's what Shanks is lacking now. The skill. He lost his arm. That you lose. Like if you're fighting,
I'm gonna read some more comments and I'll open up the channel for y'all to hop on if y'all want to.
If I lose an arm,
because I had it rolling.
You get it.
He said Shanks should give up his other arm, then we really can see how powerful he really is.
This is since 2020. I've been stating all these things year after year.
What?
I'm just saying. Point of sacrifice.
I'm gonna read some more comments and I'll open up the channel for y'all to hop on if y'all want to. I think as I hadn't really he said Shanks should give up his other arm, then we really can see how powerful he really is.
Yeah, that's funny. He said,
that's actually a good comment.
Yeah. He said Shamrock saw him with one less arm and called him a peasant.
I bet, so take the other one away. That's the yo. Alright. That's a W, Zod. Boy, don't get up here slandering the whole time. I just had to highlight that. It was a W. I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
That's the joke you say to back up the point I made every time.
Yeah. So Shamrock saw him with one less arm and called him a peasant.
I agree with that actually, because Garland doesn't believe in sacrificing. If you look at the dialogue Garland gives when he executes Mozart, he basically says the opposite of what Shanks and the others say.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I would like if you sacrifice yourself for scum type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
ABK says, you see how happy bro got at Shake Slander? LOL. You can't tell me he's not biased.
Who betray their friend are like worse than trash. He was basically saying those protect.
He's talking about you.
Those who protect those who protect the scum of the world are the scum of the world even worse than trash. He says they're basically the same thing.
But yeah, every says, you see how happy bro got at Shake Slander? LOL. You can't tell me he's not biased.
Nah, if you talking about it's you, ABK. Like,
got
it's
the
you, bro.
clear Shanks agenda, bro.
I'm talking to mad other Shanks fans that kind of get what I'm coming from. You're the one that's like, nah, bro. Like, then again, that's the typical of a Shanks fan. Once you get to that,
ABK said, sorry, I can't hop on because I'm at work right now, but I would have loved to come to defend my team. So he sounded like a LeBron James fan.
To defend your king, goddamn, bro. I ain't calling no other man my king, bro. I like ABK. I ain't calling no man my king, bro.
ABK says, sorry, I can't hop on because I'm at work right now. But I
don't know if I heard Rob Blaze like that. I heard Rob Blaze, but to call him his king, I don't know if I heard that.
Shanks is fandom epithet, the God King of One Piece.
That's the worst, bro.
That's crazy.
He's not,
and I'm not even slaying that.
I'm already saying
he's not tripping on that because every Shanks fan
I'm
talk about shit.
Every face says it's not
the
even
worst.
He's done it.
So else you riding it like
I don't know if I heard Rob Blaze like this. I've heard Rob Blaze.
I can say the YouTube.
I haven't heard him mention one
I can say the YouTube where he's like, yes, God King Shanks, God High.
To the full me.
Boy, what?
To the full me.
Not one.
Not one.
Oh, I'm already there.
What? Robinson.
Oh, I'm already
there. Every Shanks fan is
character. Who else are you riding with?
Like you could have fooled me.
He's a liar. He says Kuzan's favorite character.
Nah, Kuzan don't do nothing. You ain't never called Kuzan's name begins with a K. I ain't never called you King Kuzan, King Achi. You ain't never called that. You call Shanks King.
I'm consistent on all my votes. Dragon, Sabo, Fuji, Smoker. I argue all of my votes. No, you can't ever say that I do. I argue for all my boys. Yes, sir.
Same thing with me. My favorite characters. You know who my favorite characters are. I just don't fuck with a lot of them. Sleeves. Anyway, I'm not. As I said, I'm not hating. And
I saw he really is.
That got me in a good mood.
Yo, you pouring a shot? I might need a shot.
I wasn't going to. I was trying to have a clean night and go to my bed after. I'm gonna indulge.
He definitely got aura.
Take was hella hilarious. So let's say he ain't lose no power, right? Take away the other arm.
Take away the power, y'all really love this mother. Like to me,
move the needle
I get
as
why.
far
But
as
see,
what,
the
like
thing is, like I understand why he's cool.
Like just your general.
But to me, he's not cool.
Okay.
He's in my top
just
5
like
coolest characters. I got Shanks top in my top 5 coolest.
Okay.
Got aura.
Yeah. And like I understand why Dragon's cool, but to me, once again, they don't move the needle for me. They don't move the needle for me. The scowling, I'm cool.
Move the needle as far as what, like the progression of the story? Or
no.
Like
my interest in them. Yeah, I'm just talking about my interest in them. Yeah. They're not my cup of tea. Yeah, they're not my cup of tea. Like they'll never be my cup of tea. Like the man's like, yeah, when they move, I'll move. It's like with me, I always hear Dragon. I'm like, he's just moving his goalposts down. It's like he's kicking the can. I'm like, bro, pick up the can and do it.
Can I say something though? Can I be fair? I just want to say this right about Dragon. I seen Life of Anime podcast. They made a post, and I think it was Joe. If you ever
my boy Joe.
Yeah, if we ever clip this, we tag him in it for show. He was basically saying Dragon's underrated. I mean, he's overrated, right? And this is my problem. I can't say Dragon's overrated because I've never seen him glorified in bed though. Not like now on the level I've seen Shanks hype, hype. Never. It's always I can't step on that person's toes because it's only like one or two people that are actually like, yeah, go Dragon. Everyone's usually on his ass with Slam. The show for show. Like, be real with yourself. Shanks gets glorified.
Yeah, I think that's why, and that's what makes me. Yeah.
Shanks is like freaking the fourth Hokage. Shanks is the fourth and the first Hokage. Like, that's Shanks, bro. Dragon don't get none of that love. He never has gotten it. Never has.
That's
never gotten that love.
That's true.
That's why I said I don't think he's an underrated or overrated character. You know? I think he's literally just rated. Like, he's right where he needs to be for someone who's shown nothing but gets mad injured. Because for the nothing he's shown, it's not like he has there's not really a cult following for him. A cult following got built for him to attack the Slanders. Like, it's like the Slanders are the Celestial Dragons, and now we're the Revolutionary Army. Yeah, like, that's how it's become. Like, that's how legit Dragons fandom works.
I have something to say to you after we forget on it, but I do have something to say. In regards to that.
Dragons fan club only became a fan club.
ABK says
we have to show
the hate
people like, yo, we can't keep laying our slander.
Is underrated.
When you have to do something before you stand up. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing it is. That's all I wanted to say. I wasn't trying to say anything. Yeah, that's it.
Zah, I have something to say to you after this comment.
What's up?
I do, and it's regarding to Dragon.
Okay.
ABK says the hate Shanks gets
it was
underrated.
It was lacking.
Stop. People still watch that Shanks taking out a kid to this thing. That's one of the most glorious moments people talk about on One Piece, and I fucking couldn't stand that moment.
It's kind of mixed. Right word, but it was like
I was gonna say that too.
It was, and I was like, bro, you know you can beat him. What are you doing this for? Like, this is the person you go all out for? The motherfucker you know you can beat? Nah, bro. It didn't. I was like, and the thing is, I like Kid because I'm like, you know what? I give Kid this. Well, you going, nigga, bro. Like,
I just want to say, Shank's going all out.
I know, but I'm saying that's the time he gets it. You see him again, and like he's mad. You don't do this for nobody else. Blackbeard turn up in your face. You walk away. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go. And Whitebeard, you doing this shit. But you'll dry snitch about Blackbeard, but you won't go after. You know what? I said 2025. I'm gonna keep it there. Y'all like Shanks. Y'all keep it. I literally was just laying it a point. We all agree on it. Like, Shanks to me is just that cool character. He's like sits in the back of the class. He's like, yo, I can take people out, and he can, but he don't move. Like, I'm like, all right, bro, you got it. And I wish that Fisher had taken his other arm and his leg.
I feel like I agree with ABK.
He said the hate. No, he said the hate Shanks gets is underrated.
I think Shanks Slander is overrated. He said it's underrated?
It was underrated.
Broski, ABK, you sure mean overrated, bro?
No, he meant underrated. That's his king. He know he talking about when it comes to his king, bro. Like, he said underrated for a reason.
Like, the hate Shanks gets is underrated at this point.
Like he said, oh, Blackbeard ran from the smoke. Blackbeard already did what he had to do. You came late. You came when everything was done. Like, people not worried about you at that point.
If the Shanks snitching allegations had really Shanks, I would have agreed with him. But because we now know it wasn't Shanks, I think it's overrated now. Like, you're still out here shitting on Shanks. Like, I actually kind of understand Zah, but for anyone else, see that slander Shanks, like, I still see Shanks rat allegations for that same moment still up on Twitter. That's cope. You're coping. Oda just told us that it's just.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
You can see I moved on from that point. I never brought up that point again. Yo, he literally, like, even everyone say, oh, Marineford's full moment, but bro, everything's done. Ace is dead. Whitebeard's dead. Blackbeard got the powers. What I gotta fight you for? Blackbeard's like, what I gotta fight you for? I gotta do what I'm done. I did my shit.
Yeah.
Go on. You got it, bro.
No, I'm agreeing with Baby K. But I get what you're saying. You said.
Look, I get him up until the point where, because before, like I said, remember, Shanks being a rat is a Western. That is an American theory and an American slant, an American move. That doesn't exist in France. That doesn't exist in Japan. That doesn't exist in all these other places that One Piece is big in. Like, no one ever thought Shanks was a rat because of these moments. Only this fandom has said, yo, Shanks a rat. He like talks to the first thing. I feel like our fandom is kind of illiterate because mad at the fandom over there, they had so much integrity and faith in Shanks that they saw that moment and never once thought it was Shanks. They never did. They never did. They was like, yo, that happened to somebody else. Why does he look like Shanks? That was the theory they had this whole time. Like, who is he to Shanks? Shanks being a twin thing was the theory they had for the longest. You know what I'm saying? That was partially why I was on the theory, because if Japanese people think it's a goddamn twin, and they're reading this shit in the raw Japanese country, why would I not think that? You feel me? So that it was kind of one of those kind of vibes. Same way why I think. But you get the point. That's how the Shanks stuff has worked. So I don't think Shanks is. I don't think there should be nothing bad to say about Shanks at this point. So there's no real. You just don't like the stigma. Like, then I get that. That's odd. That's why I said I get you if you're like that. But if you don't like Shanks because of, like, Coach used to be one of the people who say, oh, Shanks was snitching. Since the moment has happened with the guy named being revealed, I haven't heard Coach harp on that point.
What's your opinion on the?
You get what I'm saying? So people that were the Mihawk heads that I know, by right and Karate, they haven't been shitting on Shanks to that point. They kind of just left it. Now we looking at Mihawk now, like, nigga, was you a guy?
Yeah, main temptation.
What's going on?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Hey, bro.
What's up?
What's your opinion on this?
Discussing something about peace theory. Yeah. So those circles from which they are like summoning the holy knights.
Yeah.
Are they
Temptation.
somehow related to Genko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's holy knight, so I think she can summon the portals. They're called the Abyss, apparently.
But
that's the name of these portals.
How then the portals they were summoned, like previously in previous chapters?
They all get it from Emu.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Donka's like a body of Emu. I think that's where he's probably watching this through that girl. I truly believe that.
I can see that.
I truly believe that.
And please, can any one of you know that what Shanks told to that Copper Gaban, like about Luffy?
Probably, young kid with the straw hats coming. I want you to test him. If he's worthy, then
you realize.
You
realize all. No. I was just gonna say. I was gonna really good point. You realize all the Roger Pirates have tested Luffy, Crocus, Rayleigh, and now Gaban. They've all tested him at a certain point. I love that. Like, you had Crocus before they got to the Grand Line, Rayleigh before they went to New World, and now you got Gaban. So it's a.
So you guys
nice...
think there might be a new training arc now?
I don't know. That's still up in the air. I'll be fair. That's still up in the air.
I don't think they need that. I don't think most of them need that. I think there's only certain people that need that training arc. The Usopp's, Nami.
See, like Gaban was able to sense that the Holy Knights are coming, but Luffy and Zoro weren't. So I think they need a little training.
Fair.
I don't really know what they're gonna train them on. What can Gaban really train them on? I think Luffy didn't really, because Luffy's hockey is.
We need both of them.
He probably didn't sense any bad will from him. So.
They could train him on some stuff. Maybe conquer. Maybe just being more adept at things that they don't know already with hockey.
And guys, there are even theories about Eustace Kid and Law coming back to Elba.
We need Kid and Law back, right? Those are
Yes.
We need both of them.
Yes.
He already has.
Both as of now, now, but I do have them coming. I do have them intertwined eventually.
And they're like devastated
back
now.
on
Like
home.
they need a comeback now. They are totally destroyed, and they have been a part of the main storyline from along.
They need to come back.
Yeah.
You need to see them because you need to see.
You just saying he needs redemption
Obviously
in general.
separates from them. They're his peers. Yeah, but you need to see. Kid needs to get his get back because this losing to.
I like it. I've been saying that since we met. Like,
He needs if he does not take out Shanks, he needs to be a pillar of taking Shanks out.
I'm 50-50.
Whether it's with Loki, whether it's with Blackbeard, he needs to do something.
You just saying he needs redemption in general.
Yes.
And what you guys think that Loki is the 11th Straw Hat? Probably.
I like it. I've been saying that since we met.
And all the story, like he killing his father, is like all made up. What you guys think?
50 on that.
I think Mother Caramel probably had something to do with that shit too. Probably gas up the story. She was around there at that time too.
And like from history, we have seen that the guys who are friends to animals in One Piece, they are probably good guys. So like he's friends with all the animals in that underground thing. So I think
in the book.
is a good guy.
I'm spitting right now. I ain't mad at your take at all.
Yeah.
What you thinking, Nick?
And what you guys think about that panel, that ancient painting?
Ugh.
You talking about the mural?
Oh,
Yeah.
the mural? That's in the.
I think Frankie was also a part of that picture because Oda Sensei will never like do something like in just for things. That might have some important reasons why only he is standing there.
I agree with him. Right before you see the mural, you literally see Ripley holding Frankie like a toy, and it has a bunch of kid drawings drawn out, and then says, "Hey, this fits in with this is like a child's drawing," and Frankie's sitting there silhouetted out, and nothing of Pluton.
Yeah, he's probably he knows the plan of Pluton. He has memorized it.
Yeah, facts. I'm agreeing with a lot of everything you're saying, honestly. We're on the same page.
Literally on the lowest point of the whole mural with horns sticking out his head, depicting himself to be a devil lord.
I've agreed with you consider as well.
And you observe all 4 ancient weapons were already present except Pluton.
Exactly, that part.
Yeah.
Now we click it.
Yeah, facts. I'm agreeing with a lot of everything you're saying.
I said that. I'm pretty sure Zod heard me say that. I said that point the last 2 weeks with that mural.
I've agreed with you said it as well.
I've ignored the point about the mural, but I got you, bro.
You know about the crazy theory of Eustace being the 7th satellite of Punk?
Oh God, of Egghead? You think? Yeah, you going with that? You going with that?
He needs to.
I'm with it.
Can we kill Vegapunk, bro? Can we get rid of that mother?
No,
please.
He might be
What's your favorite thing about
satellite
Kid?
of Pride, bro.
What's your favorite thing about Kid?
Directly Vegapunk's son.
Yeah, he might be.
Yeah, that can be also the case.
Get rid of that motherfucker, please.
Kid needs to rest.
No, bro.
No.
Like,
I'm talking about Vegapunk. I like Kid.
Okay.
I don't need Vegapunk.
Teaser is done now.
About Kid. What's your favorite thing about Kid?
He's just Luffy, just a little bit more reckless. He doesn't have Jinbe. Kid doesn't have a Jinbe. Luffy would dead ass beat Kid if he didn't have a Jinbe or like Zoro. Because remember, Kid was like Zoro. Luffy's just.
He's Luffy without emotions. Luffy without emotions.
He's Luffy without.
He got exactly. That's pretty much what it is. I didn't want to say that. I knew you were going to go there, but you see, I didn't say that. He's literally Luffy. They both got arrested the same way. They both fought Kaido, and they both got arrested the same way. They did too fucking much.
And Luffy almost got dead, and then he gave a comeback. Okay, so now it's time for Eustace.
My thing is, y'all people bash
do we
Kid,
bash Kid
but then
for
praise
his
Luffy for the same thing
reckless
that Kid would do
actions,
if
or do
he was
we
in
bash
Luffy's
Kid for other
position. You can't do that.
subplots
You
about
got
his
if
character?
you're gonna knock Luffy for being reckless and this, Kid do the same thing too. Remember, Kid wasn't even the one who took out the Celestial Dragon. He was like, "Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with it. That was Luffy who did that." But you
Kid actually
see
gave a
how
great ass speech about it.
Do we bash Kid for his reckless
recklessness, yes,
actions, or
yes.
do we bash Kid
I
for other
think we would have got on
subplots
Luffy's
about his
ass
character?
Nah, yeah, they bashing
to
for.
an
I'm not
extent.
saying you. I'm saying people. A lot of people bash
Because
him because it's
when
like, yo, you
Luffy
went to
tried
Shanks,
to
you went
1v1
ready, you
Kaido in
got
the very
Kid, you got
beginning, we saw
Killer
how like
caught
he
up in
got
the thing, you
like
got killed
sunned,
in the shot.
little
You see
brother.
what I'm trying to say? But I'm
If
like, but that be
if we had known, because
Luffy.
we knew
Imagine
Kaido
if
was
that was
strong, but we
Luffy
didn't
when he
know
did that shit to
exactly like
Kaido
what
and Zoro got taken out.
the limit was.
You see
But if
how
Luffy had just like
we bash him. You know,
facts,
I'm just saying
but if Luffy
he
had
keeps
just
saying
like
that shit.
pressed
That's all
Kaido
I'm
I
with
saying.
think
just
I
like
think we would have got
Zoro
on
on
Luffy's
his
ass
back,
to an
and
extent,
something like that happened,
because
we would have been like,
when
Luffy, that
Luffy
wasn't the
tried to
time or
one v
place.
one Kaido in the
Only
very
reason Luffy even
beginning, we
did
saw
that was
how like
because
he
he thought his
got
whole crew
like
got blown to
son,
smithereens.
little bro.
So it's like,
If we had known,
you know,
because we knew Kaido was strong, but we didn't know exactly like what the limit was.
Luffy
But if Luffy
didn't
had
even
just
know
like
that.
facts, but if Luffy had just like pressed Kaido with just like Zoro on his back,
Yeah.
and something like that happened, we would have been like Luffy, that wasn't the time or place. Only reason Luffy even did that was because he thought his whole crew got blown to smithereens. So it's like,
And do you
That's
guys
true.
know about the three Joy
That's
Boy
fair.
theories? Like
But that's fair
there were
because
three Joy Boys in the past.
Oh, what happened, nigga?
There were in the past. One was just able to face Emu. Second
mm,
was able to defeat, but he got betrayed, and now it's
mm,
Luffy.
no, one Joy Boy, one Nika, one
Yeah,
three
yeah.
worlds.
Yeah.
That's it.
mm.
That was I was trying to tell.
No,
I
what'd you
get
say
that.
before that? I said, nigga, what'd you say with that? You were
I was
saying
saying
something
the
about
same thing.
Kid.
All that he just said about Luffy, what he said for Kid, bro. Coach.
mm,
Legit.
mm,
Because look how he reacted. You see how Luffy did it. Luffy was emotional and he reacted crazy when he fought Kaido. He fucked around and found out, right? Kaido got the drop on Kid because of got snuck on. He snuck
I agree with it.
on Kid because of Apu. And
I
what he gonna
Usopp
do?
needs a buff.
Ain't no running from Kaido, bro. To be honest with you. So he got skills you need. Literally, ain't no running from Kaido. So they got.
And there is also a thing that Usopp Slingshot might get a
He in the
devil fruit
background
now.
for sure.
What do you guys think?
If his
You going?
I agree
It
with
could
you.
happen. I don't know. Yeah, it could happen though.
Usopp needs a
we'll
buff.
see. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Like
Personally,
the
I would
weakling
like
of Straw
him to
Hats
get
now.
a buff.
Once
I
he
don't care
was
if
like
it's devil fruit,
a main member, like the founding member.
I don't care
But now
what it
he's
is.
low-key
But
the
he does
weakling.
need to have a moment in Elbaf.
Background
He
for
does
sure.
need to get stronger
Yeah.
in Elbaf,
If
and he needs
if
to
And
get
he
somewhat
has been
buffed in
telling
any
stories
type
about
of way.
Elbaf in past,
Whatever
and
comes for it.
now like it's Elbaf. It's time for him.
that's what we
Can
think.
we read the cover
I don't know if
stories?
it's gonna happen.
Let's see what
Personally,
happens.
I would like him to get a buff. I
It's
don't
all
care
on Oda Sensei now.
a new weapon. I don't care
He'll have
what
a
it is.
moment.
But he does need to have a moment in Elbaf. He does need to get stronger in Elbaf, and he needs to get somewhat buffed in any type of way. Whatever, I'm for it.
He'll have a moment.
And you guys observe the cover stories,
Do we read the
like
cover stories?
yeah, who is like who is who.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
he's
good,
taking
Reed?
Frequently being
Glad to have you in here, my guy. Yeah.
What?
He's taking out the girl. He's taking out the girl. OT. Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
he's like the important like reference for the Hito Itonomi fruit, rubber fruit.
Yeah. I am glad they're giving us some more stuff because I
Yeah.
don't know what it means.
I'm gonna be busy at the J.
Yeah. What's good,
For
Reed?
sure that we gonna connect, Reed. For sure.
Yeah.
Where? You read the
But
chapter?
yeah, man,
You
you had
can't be
some
on here,
dope
bro.
theories,
You
some
did
dope
not read chapter because
He didn't
dope
read the chapter. He can't be on here.
POVs.
Oh,
You
he's
got,
just saying.
any
He's
last
just
questions?
popping in to say what's good, gang. He just says,
Oh, what's up?
yeah.
That way you can talk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
For sure.
Most definitely.
But
Appreciate
yeah.
I'm gonna be busy
you
at the
joining
J.
us, bro.
So that
You know your
we
One
gonna
Piece,
connect,
man.
Reed. So,
Glad you were here.
but yeah, man, you got some dope theories, some dope,
Most definitely.
some dope.
So Zah,
POVs.
I had a
You got
question for
any
you
last questions?
before bro joined. and it was in
Yeah.
regards to Dragon.
Guys,
You said it feels
follow
like
me.
Dragon has been kicking
Oh,
the
for
Peace
sure.
can,
out.
Sure.
If
and
you're joining us, bro,
and from a
you're welcome,
certain aspect, I
man.
can see I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your
Respect
frustration,
it.
right?
Let's
Uh,
But
stay
to say
connected.
kicking
Bye.
the can, I
most
believe,
definitely.
is a bit disingenuous
So Zach,
when
I
we
had
have
What's
a
to
up?
question
admit
What's
before
up?
bro
Dragon holds
spoke,
a very high
and
position of
it
power,
was
right?
in regards to Dragon. You said it feels like Dragon's
Would
been
you
kicking
agree
the
that
can,
the lives
right?
of millions
Mm-hmm.
on
And
the balance of
from a
like the
certain
future
aspect, I
of
can see, I get
the
your
world in a
perspective,
sense?
right?
My
But
brother.
to say kicking the can, I
Yeah.
believe is a
My
bit
last thing. My
disingenuous
last thing.
when we have to admit
Would it be
Dragon
fair to say
holds
every move he
a
makes
very
has to
high
be from
position
a
of power, right?
strategic chessboard pace?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree that the lives of millions are in the balance of his hand, like the future of the world?
I'm like, come
You're
on,
right.
bro. You gotta be
You're right.
fair.
I agree
You
with what you're
gotta be
trying to say. I
fair,
My,
bro.
my my
understand.
last thing.
Go
And
on.
that's
Would
all
it
I'm
be
saying. So it's like
fair
you
to
could
say
say kicking the
every
can,
move he
or you could
makes
say
has to be from a
he's
strategic
prepping for the
chessboard
perfect
pace?
moment, which has a lot to do with Luffy. If anything, you could say Dragon,
Listen.
one of
You
his
ain't saying
biggest
Coach said
feats
I ain't
is
know this nigga
producing
already.
Luffy in the show to even take down
I'm like,
Ibu
come on, bro.
to
You
be
gotta
a
be
part of
fair.
the production.
You gotta be
I'm just
fair.
adding. I'm just listing
Yeah.
everything. We're just gonna list things.
And that's all
These things
I'm
are
saying. So
important.
it's like you could say kicking the can, or you could say
Don't
he's
matter.
prepping for the perfect moment, which
Luffy,
which has a lot to do with Luffy. If anything, you could say
the
Dragon's
story doesn't
one of his
progress
biggest
without Dragon.
feats
It
is
doesn't matter. Luffy's
producing
here
Luffy
because
in the
of
show
Dragon.
to even take down Imu, to
Come on,
be
don't
a
go
part
there.
of
Don't go
Imu.
there.
I'm
Don't
just,
go there.
I'm just adding. I'm just listing everything. We're just gonna list things. These things are important.
Luffy don't even give a fuck about him. Luffy could meet that motherfucker
Don't matter.
next chapter and he could be like, yo, Luffy, I am your father.
Luffy,
And Luffy will look at the motherfucker and be like, cool. Anyway, yo, Sanji,
the
yo,
story
what we
doesn't
doing for
progress
food?
without
What about
Dragon.
Robin?
Doesn't matter.
I
Luffy's here because of
didn't say that. I'm just saying his importance is cool. He is, like I said, he's like Shanks. He's like Mihawk. They do that shit in the background, all that motherfucker. That shit don't matter to the people who we talking about. That shit don't
I
matter
still
to
don't
Luffy.
like
That
that.
shit don't matter. The only person who can really explain Dragon's work to him and Luffy would understand it is Sabo. That's a person who would understand. Like
But
that's
Robin,
really the only person. Robin knows Luffy too much. She knows that's not gonna really kind of budge him like that. Because remember, she's been with Dragon for 2 years. She never once brought it up. She knows how Luffy thinks. Whereas
I don't like that.
Robin Sabo
Do you think
he
Luffy?
respects Dragon to
Do you
another
think
level.
Luffy would have
It's
the
kind of like his
same
father figure.
indifference if
Remember, he
somebody brought
saved him
up
from a life
information about his
of
mother?
tyranny. So that's why for Luffy understand, he'd be like, oh, my dad did that for you? Cool. Let me listen.
What Luffy
Robin would be
thinks
like
in
this.
reality are two
Luffy, I
different
met your
things.
father.
Like,
He'd
I
be
don't
like,
give a fuck what Luffy
who
thinks or what he thought.
what father? Like,
Reality gave him a
and he knows
father,
his
which
father, but
most
it just
likely
wouldn't
also
register
gives
to
him a
him like
mother.
that. Coming
Do
from
you
Robin.
think
It would register coming
Luffy?
from Sabo.
Do you think Luffy would have the same indifference if somebody brought up
Luffy
information
doesn't know
about
a
his
lot
mother?
of things, but those things still exist.
That's just who Luffy is. I don't even think Luffy has a mother. Remember, Luffy didn't even think he had a dad. Like
With
we're talking
Luffy,
about Luffy here. Like
think reality are two different things. So I don't give a fuck what he thinks or what he thought. Reality
that's true.
gave him
Fair.
a father, which most likely also gives him a mother.
The motherfucker doesn't know the concepts of like all of that. You
They
also
know a
do
lot of,
understand.
but those things still exist.
I know. Me and you know that.
You feel the
But talking
same
to
way,
Luffy
Kaz?
about that's just a waste of time. Like, because
What's good, Blue
he'll,
Flame?
he'll either
Glad to have you.
his mind will wander or he's gonna talk about something else. That's who Luffy is. Like, that's what I think
Fair.
I respect about him the most. It's just like, yo, you will be talking about something important. That motherfucker will be like, hey, yo, that's crazy. What the fuck were you about to do? You about to fight? I'm like, bro. That's what makes Luffy the greatest MC.
You feel the same way, Cass? What's good, Blue Flames? It's glad to have you.
He'll still be as clueless, yeah. He probably gonna be like, oh, word? He'll like, I'll hear about it, but he'd still be clueless, though.
Yeah,
What his dad doesn't really
that's true.
bother him. Remember, he knows what he don't even care what his
Very
grandfather
true.
does, and he's known that motherfucker his whole fucking life. It's just not his thing.
Yeah, like, just keep this in the, he's not really wrong here, folks. Just think about this. When Luffy found out that information about the Revolutionary Army,
Fair.
he got back here, he didn't worry about his dad or wanting to know too much about his dad. It was really
Okay.
Sabo.
What's your
Sabo,
perspective of these new Holy Knights that dropped by last chapter?
Already do. So unless Luffy mother's connected to somebody like already within the series, Luffy the last two, he's already gone too far in his life to get fucked.
Real man.
I agree with Zon.
Yeah. What's your perspective of the Holy Knights that dropped by last chapter?
Motherfuckers are goofy, but I know they're dangerous.
I love it right now. They're gonna do. They're making Shamrock look good right now. They're giving him the vibes.
I mean, I wasn't sure if you meant like Heyman, you meant like Gory, if you meant like
disgusting.
But
Summer is their celestial dragons, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna do some. They about to do some foul shit. They collect the kids, bro. They collect the kids.
Yeah, like an item.
I wasn't sure if you meant like heinous, or if you meant gory, if you meant like, I feel you.
It could be. It could all be in that. It could all be that.
I feel you.
Look how they talk about it. They say, "Yo, we can get kids." They say we can get
game out of it, bro.
It's not like we can throw. It's not like we can throw them in sacks. Like they're talking about the kids that need nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that.
But the whole make a game of it thing is actually lore with the Kieran.
Yeah. Because he's one of the Gorosei's people, the blonde hair one that everyone thought was Sanji's father or something.
No. Hold on. The Kieran looking one that just pulled up that has the mythical sash around him and all that. In the lore of a Kieran, they actually play a lot of games. That's why Gunko has said with your power. And then Shamrock has said we can make a game. You can make a game out of it because it's legit and within the lore of the Kieran to make a game out of it. And then on top of it, the Kieran could have been a fruit that was gained in a game.
Yeah.
The game of God Valley and whatnot. Yeah. So they could just be talking about making another God Knight, another God Valley type situation, which I said 3 weeks ago is going to be God Valley 2.0 because it's going to have the game. So W there, just not going to harp on it, but Gunko now. This is what got me interested because not Gunko. Saint Summers had me very interested. I'm gonna be honest with you. For his age, he was a God Knight when he was probably on God Valley. I think he's like the OG Holy Knight that was around. Because as he pulls up and as he's talking, he's telling Shamrock shit, and Shamrock is taking in his information. Like, oh, I respect what this guy's saying. Like he's literally telling him, and I love this guy. This guy Summers opened up dialogue for different things. One, they talk about the abyss, and they also had a mark on the mark that you see on his arm is like a claw, not a claw, it's like a circle, and there's 4 things coming out from it, top, bottom, and side. That's the same mark that we see on the ship that falls from Sky Island in the beginning of Jaya. That ship also belonged to a Celestial Dragon family because on that ship it was titled Saint Briss. That was on the sail of the ship, Saint Briss. That means that ship that they were scavenging back in the day was a Celestial Dragon ship. And Celestial Dragons might have been on Sky Island or been up on Knockup Street or some shit. So just keep that in mind. Second thing, he asked Shamrock if he was in Elbaf to visit Harold. Not Harold. If he was in Elbaf to visit Harold's grave. The implications of that are kind of great itself. This tells me that Loki and his father probably did have a real fight. The father Harold was probably. There's 2 ways that can be looked at. Visiting somebody's grave is symbolic for 2 things. One, memento, as in my guy, I told you, or I spun the block on you, and I'm just visiting your grave as the finishing polish. And with the Celestial Dragons, it could be the latter, but I'm going to say that it's actually. I think it's the first one. I think King Harold was actually he might have been on the note of fucking like the Celestial Dragons under the influence of the caramel. I think he was rocking the Celestial Dragons. He was getting ready to turn a new leaf, and they make them into a world government allied place, and then Loki ain't like that. I'm gonna hold on to that until I get more information. But I think Loki truly didn't like that. Now, another thing I'm gonna open up is also said he just confirmed another thing. So Shamrock has not been, because everybody says, oh, when the Reverie was the God Knight, they were not at the Holy, because as we see now, they're telling Shamrock that things have been crazy since the Reverie, which means he hasn't been back himself since the Reverie. And I think Dragon about to make a little move.
I was actually about to say that. I think but I think Shamrock might run into Dragon. I think that could be on the bucket list.
I think that's being set up. So Star Wars Dragon might be had to run in, and I'm liking it right now. I'm liking it.
When the Holy Knights move, I'll move. I'm like,
he said that. And literally, they're calling back. Right now would actually be the perfect time to start a full-on fight with them, because you got Lafitte already talking about it's getting crazy between them. He's telling Blackbeard's telling him to get ready. Then you literally have Saint Summers up talking about it. Yo, go with the food situation. You can't let the gods start. Telling me this is a thing. Like, no matter what's going on in Elbaf, Shamrock, you need to get back home. Shit going down.
This shit is crazy happening.
Something's happening. So, and I want it to be we get a if they do pull up, if the Revolutionaries do pull up, I do want to say that technically the people there as right now would have to be Garland, Sakazuki. I need to see how that go down, because they're the ones they're the ones in the vicinity. And we already Sakazuki come out one time to defend the Red Line. When Kuma went up there, so we know he's up there, and then we know Garland's there too. And I call him back Shamrock. And I think I figured out why Shamrock doesn't have the Saint title on the name.
Why is that?
He's a half-bred.
His mom is a regular person, huh?
Yes. Shamrock, their mom is a slave. Yes. What's it called? Saint Summers and Saint Killingham. They both got introduced with their Saint titles. Shamrock didn't have it, and Gunko didn't have it either. But they let us know that Shamrock is of Celestial Dragon blood, because his last name is the Garland. So you see none of that for Gunko. If you look at Gunko's outfit, he has the same outfit as a Revolutionary Army commander.
She's a revolutionary.
I'm just gonna drop that right there. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm not gonna say anything behind it. Just know that her fit, goggles, hat, seems like a red.
Yeah.
You know, leave that right there. Plus, she's bandaged up. Seems like some GD relation, possibly. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Bonnie's mom, right?
Bonnie's mom. They took that body. Hey. They did some shit to her now.
But going back to Shamrock, it would make sense. He doesn't have a saint title because his mother is a slave. He's not a purebred celestial dragon. So he has the upbringing of it, because we've seen it happen plenty of times where, if you see Magi, they do the same thing to Alibaba. He was a slave. The king had a concubine, and a little whore from the slums, got her pregnant, and then he grows up in the slums, and then the king goes back in Magi. The king goes back and gets his son, and he's like, "Yo, I need an heir, so I'm gonna raise you." You feel me? And it makes sense. He went and got his son. You know what I'm saying? His sons. One of them just got, derailed. Path. But yeah, I think Shamrock is his mother was a normal, a fine ass. His mother was a woman that they don't think was worthy, but she was fine as hell. He couldn't help it.
Look at that peasant. That peasant is too good to be a regular peasant. I'm gonna make her work. And then they say, she a peasant. She gotta go, bro. She send her ass back.
Yeah, probably.
Bubble.
Probably, but that's my bet. Go doesn't have the title because she was probably sent to infiltrate.
But wouldn't Bonnie's twin be 12 too?
Bonnie's mom. She kind of, she's wearing. She has an outfit where she's wearing it reminiscent of certain features. Okay. But I think it might be, or she could be like Bonnie. What if Bonnie was a twin? don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can't put it, especially if Bonnie could legit be a twin.
But
got that shit on.
12 too? Wouldn't she?
No, they could, but it could be some genetic shit. They could do some sweet shit. I'm coping right now.
Fair enough.
St. Roswald over Shamrock. Nah, I think Shamrock is the coolest Holy Night
What you want to see Kobe
we've
do?
seen so far. I do like their drip.
Summer's hard as well.
Like,
yeah.
You got the black.
save him like Solo Dolo or like get the team back. And,
No, we don't need to get that.
Shut up.
But we need Kobe to do other stuff right now. First of all, he needs to go get guard. He needs to save guard. That's what he needs.
wouldn't the team that he would do that with?
Your teacher gave you life, yeah.
Save him like Solo Dolo or like get the team back?
No. He needs to be the leader of the rest.
Sure.
See, my thing is, I don't want him to solo dolo because that doesn't do anything. If he's there, that's stupid. Blackbeard has already shown that he can outsmart you. You need to go with the team. You need to lead that type of shit.
But did I let Guard get captured or did Guard sacrifice himself? Because he told us to leave, and he.
But I'm saying if he leads the team to a rescue victory, that gives Kobe more clout right now. Kobe needs that. He looked lame, bro. Like, yeah, you did the holy. You did the nice punch and shit like that, but you still let Guard get captured because you were unfocused. That's on you. That's your fault.
Guard get captured or did Guard sacrifice himself? Because he told us, and he was
but Guard gets stabbed because of you. Because you still thought you still thought they were being rescued, where they literally told you we got everyone off the island. There you go. I see a woman. You got Guard stabbed.
Kobe was looking for people to save as they were leaving. And he saved multiple slaves as they left. If he heard the cries of a woman,
I don't like
he
that.
was going to save someone else.
You can't do that.
What would you rather he did in that
Because to do that would be to like take away, because that's a core Kobe character
to that
trait.
degree?
Almost as much as Sanji's core character trait is.
No, I know he has hockey, but does that mean he can just see through the facade
as they were leaving? And he saved multiple slaves as they left. If he heard the cries of a woman thinking he was going to save someone else, what would you have rather he did in that moment?
You have hockey. You know what the fuck is going on, bro. Kobe.
I'm gonna throw this one.
Great observation.
Someone who has immense hockey and you
can just see through a
Odin
facade.
fell for a very similar trick.
Should be, but that's what I'm saying, because he's distracted. He's just thinking about let his, calm.
But he has immense hockey. How could he fall for something like that?
But if he was calm, he would have been like, okay, this is a fucking trap. No one else fell for it but him.
But that's
what the part I'm looking at.
Like, I'm gonna throw this wrench in there. Someone who
he's consistent, but that I'm just saying. I don't know if
for a very similar trick with.
I don't know if just having immense hockey.
Yeah,
but he has a
something
hockey.
Like
How could he fall?
At least for the Odin case, I don't know if that's the case.
That's his fault too. And if he were alive, I want him to get his get back. I'm just saying
how
it happened.
At least he's consistent.
He's for sure being consistent, but that I'm just saying I don't know if just having immense hockey allows you to see through something like that. At least for the Odin case, I don't know if that's the case. Because if Odin couldn't see through that, I'm not sure if Kobe would have been able to see that.
His specialty is observation hockey. So I'm saying to get fooled like that, and you should have been able to sense
Word. Okay.
Shiryu, but like I don't know, Shiryu maybe can enter. Chris, Chris.
I'm getting sick and tired jumping between this and a different chat listening to Zaza's garbage. Zaza's just spewing absolute filth out of his dirty mouth.
I gotta give you guys background. This is actually one of my best friends from high school. So
So what's good, y'all? So Zaza, shut the fuck up, okay? Having hockey, which we've already learned from Roof Piece, does not mean that you can see through things. You can't see through ploys of plots.
Yeah.
Like literally, we can go back to Katakuri, when the church was first formed, the Church of Katakuri,
Oh,
what happened when Luffy saw him eating donuts? He couldn't focus anymore, so his future sight wasn't working.
Yeah.
So that's step one, so you know that's a thing. Another thing, when Luffy was mastering Conqueror coding and Ryuo, whatever, he was like, I'm not focusing, I can't do it. And Kaido was like, yeah, well, I'm big bro, I'm going to do it anyway. So for you to say, oh, well, he has hockey, he should be able to do that. No, that's not Kobe. Kobe said, I heard a scream. Daddy's on the way.
He's a loser.
I'm not going to let you sit here and besmirch the man who's been hitting the bags. You feel me?
Yeah,
my main question to
I'm
you
not
would be from
going
this
to
conversation.
let you sit here
Can you even
after they
give me
showed us
one
what this man
instance
had
where you felt like you've seen a character
over his, what, 3-year period, 2-year, and 6-month period?
Like comparing,
and I'm not
like
even
the
a Marine guy, but my son Kobe been doing it barehanded, no hockey. He said, "Give me the battleships. I'm hitting bags."
And Zod, my main would be from this conversation.
Okay.
Can you even give me one instance where you felt like you've seen a character with the men's hockey just break through something that was deceitful, like comparing to the old Kobe thing? That's the only reason I don't know.
No, but the thing is, because I'm thinking about Luffy, maybe that Luffy's different because Luffy can sense attention. So that's what I'm thinking about observation. You could sense attention. I think that's what I thought that's where Kobe would be. But if he's not, that's cool too.
And if you want to talk about, I hate him. So if you want to talk about people with hockey not getting away with things, this man Shanks had all the nice hockey that he's throwing Wi-Fi hockey out, but he still loses an arm to a Sea King. A Sea King. Not even a Crocodile Dundee. We're talking about a Sea King.
That Shanks does that on purpose. I get what you're saying, Cesar.
But exactly what you said is that Shanks did that on purpose. I hear you. I heard that. I was with Oda with that for 1,000 chapters, and then it shows up. Mihawk pulls up to Shanks, throws the newspaper's feet, and Shanks like, bro, you want to go? He said, bro, it hasn't been fun fighting you since you lost your arm. Which meant until he lost his arm, Mihawk was not the world's strongest swordsman. So you think you want to tell me right now, if Zoro saw a Sea King about to eat Luffy, he'd give up an arm? Zoro gonna be like, yo, Sanji, we having seafood for lunch. Cook it up.
Those are two different things.
Cook it up.
Those are two different things.
Chris came on here wilding, bro.
I was getting, nah. Zaza had me tight. Like, I was really sitting here listening to y'all. And you were like, Dragon's one of my favorites. I was like, oh, Zaza, I think your man's drunk. I think I'm stream drunk.
No, you talking about these niggas Dragon, not one of my favorites.
I know.
He might be inebriated, Zaza. And then
Dragon's one of my guys.
And then Zaza started talking out of his ass, and I said, all right.
Chris, what did you think about the chapter?
Yeah, we've done the Dragon route and the Shanks route plenty of times. The Kobe one we haven't done too many times. We've definitely done the Kobe route with Zaz as well. Zaz most hated characters. We need to do a top 5 Zaz most hated.
Yeah.
I surrender.
Okay.
I yield.
Chris, what did you think about the chapter?
This pastor? It was all right. It was building. It's building.
It's a building.
Like when Scoop was really out here wilding, and then Zoro and Luffy pulled up, and he was like, "Yeah, I got it.
I surrender.
Put the key right here. It's over there. Y'all do what I was just gonna see if y'all could, control that beast. But if y'all gonna jump me,
why?
I got mountains to devour. I can't be laid up because y'all jumping me.
Literal mountains.
But otherwise, it's just a setup, because Oda was out here wilding 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm a big. If you want to talk about how people be hating on Shanks, I'm a big Shamrock hater. I'm like,
I expect that.
I'm like, you know, Shamrock came out. He got his
Shanks
sword.
is your guy? Is Shanks your guy?
I'm not actually.
Like either.
My guy.
Okay.
I don't like either of them. My guy is Odin.
This is right. I like Odin.
But
people that hate Shamrock, people that usually hate Shamrock are just Shanks fans. Usually, that's different.
I hate Shamrock because of the situation we were introduced to Shamrock. They didn't do it some cool fly, like I'm all powerful. He came, he was like, yo, I'm gonna try to talk to this guy who's tied up in Sea Prism. And he said, we don't got words. Come find me if you could survive my sword that ate Devil Fruit. Who's gonna attack you? A mythical zone.
You don't like his brother, but this is just consistent the way the brothers move. One doesn't play about being a pirate, the other one doesn't play about being a cool Swiss, right?
Nah, he's just like, you know what?
Nothing
if you weren't tied up, the same thing would happen to you. It's just these are the circumstances. Sucks to suck for you. I'm out, and I'm not. You know, like look, my top 3 people are all people who want the fade at all times. Odin, Ace, and Zoro. They want the fade at all times. You know, my son Zoro stay by me. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
But so whenever I see people like that who ain't ready for it, I'm like, oh, that's just, it gives me the ick.
Did you feel like he was
different? So wait, if you don't say people want the action at all times, how you feel about Sabo?
So Sabo, I don't dislike Sabo. I just dislike Dragon so much that whenever Sabo dropped like the Dragon Fist, I'm like, so Dragon taught you how to fight. You still got this crate. This is the craziest lead pipe I've ever seen. You know, this lead pipe is wicked. This thing needs, like, by the end of this show, this lead pipe needs to be a black wing. You know what I mean? You need to be walking around with the big blacks.
Hey, crazy, but I am crazy.
So that's how I feel.
That was live. That was a live right introduction.
He get the pass. Fuck that.
Shanks absolutely doesn't want the fade, bro. Shanks is what the only person on Shanks' crew who always wants to fade is Lucky Root. Lucky Root let y'all know in episode 2. He said, bro, whenever you bring that weapon out, always gotta be ready to put your life on the line. And Ben Beckman, because I truly believe that Ben Beckman ate the blicky no me. Because that man be sitting on the master of the shit like, yo, cat.
Yeah.
I'm itchy.
I talk about earlier.
It's itchy.
What about Yasa? Yasa did too. Yasa was the one who took out Barno.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sabo's Beckman level, but I haven't seen Ben Beckman yet, so my head canon for Ben Beckman goes crazy. Because we've seen him nothing. So to me, like it's like Danny DeVito. He's like, so then I started blasting.
What's good, money nigga?
He
said that he has hockey that can even scare an admiral. That's what
like when he appears, they just be like, my fault. You know, like I was like, do I really want to do all of that to fight you right now? Nah, that's not the mission.
He put his hands up. He was like, oh.
Because at the end of the day, well, at least for Kizaru, who's the one who met up with him, Kizaru has proven time and time again, he's only about the mission. Like, in Egghead, the mission was to kill Vegapunk. He was like, all right, you all jumping me? That's cool. I'm killing you? No. Done. Could he have killed Luffy in that? Probably.
No, he's not going
He's like, that's not my mission. I'm just gonna go do my job and get out of here.
That's very true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Chris, don't ignore that, Chris. He's always fed Luffy.
100%. 100%. It's not like that psychopath Sakazuki. That dude just wants all this
You don't think so?
Yo, that's another. How he not in your top 3? You talk about motherfuckers who want smoke. That motherfucker. Let's stop.
Because 2 is ace, bro. So Sakazuki's the man with the lukewarm pulse. Okay?
That's why, and this is why I brought up Sabo. Just wait for it.
Yeah, because everyone thinks Sabo's going to take it off since I get it.
I think, I truly do believe, I think that Sakazuki's final opponent is going to be Dragon.
Not Sabo?
Because Sakazuki, he got some deep-seated hatred for the monkey name. Like, he'd be like, "Your dragon son?"
Okay.
Yeah, remember, he stopped calling me by his name.
Yeah, he's his dragon son.
He's like,
again, my personal belief of One Piece is that either Luffy's mom was a Celestial or Dragon was a high-ranking Marine. Either or. So that they were always, because Garp has always been up there. So my belief is that when, like, that him and Dragon were close, Sakazuki and Dragon were close, and at one point when Dragon left, that was like the biggest betrayal, and he's still butthurt about it till this day. Because that man Sakazuki, he flipped out at the Dragon's son. He didn't care. Meanwhile, he works with Dragon's father. Didn't care about that. But his son had real beef. So either he stole his girl, or he was the reason his girl died, like Luffy's mom died, or he was a high-ranking Marine who they were like besties and he left. But I also don't think
the third one.
I also don't think that whoever fights Sakazuki's coming out alive, because Oda told us years ago, if Sakazuki was the protagonist to the story, it would have taken him 1 year for him to finish the whole thing. So if you're gonna make claims like that, knowing that there was at the time we haven't seen Kaido, we haven't seen any of these big houses, we still don't know what the Dragon can do. And you gonna say that he'll be done in a year? Nah, this man Saka's wicked.
That's why.
And when I hear it now,
got $5 billion on his head. $5 billion. That's why he got $5 billion. True. There's a reason.
There's a strong reason why this man is wicked out here.
People say is the only reason Shanks hasn't found the One Piece yet is because he's been waiting on the right time.
It's crazy hearing that because I haven't heard that statement in a while.
So if that's the case,
it's been stated long.
How does Oda make the point to say Sakazuki?
When I hear it now, it makes me think of when Shanks had to pull up from the fort and they had that little, the little flash or whatever. Now, the main thing people say is the only reason Shanks hasn't found the One Piece yet is because he's been waiting on the right time, things to align, Luffy to develop all this X, Y, Z. So if that's the case for Shanks, how does Oda make it a point to say Sakazuki could reach the One Piece in a year without having to do the same thing Shanks is doing?
I think ultimately it comes down to brute strength. Because remember, Shanks got like a portion of the map to the One Piece by obliterating useless Captain Mid.
Oh boy.
He just shredded him, and they said, "Please don't kill us. Here's our 3 rubbings. You just need 1 more." Yeah. And we don't know if Shanks had any of them already.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, because Kaido found one when he went to Wano. Shanks may have already had it. We don't know.
But
he did, yeah.
About Wano. So,
Chris, hold on.
Yeah.
Chris, hold on.
Go
that question is construed.
Fair.
I don't think it's just due because Shanks has already stated by Buggy that if he wanted to be the king, he could be the king.
Correct.
We're waiting on finding the One Piece and using the One Piece
that we have.
It don't matter.
Okay.
Finding the One Piece and using the One Piece are 2 different things.
So you believe Shanks can get back to the One Piece today? He just can't use it without
finding the One Piece. He could have did it like Robbie did it. He could have found it within a year if he wanted it to too.
Sure.
Or found it within a year and a half, 2 years, whatever the time frame may have been. But it could have been easier because he already did have more than half the journey Shanks has made himself rock. He just didn't do the very last part. So I don't think it would have been hard for Shanks to get that last part done.
So you issue Shanks came back to the One Piece today. He just used it without Luffy.
Yeah, I personally believe Shanks is strong jumper. Like if we had two, if Shanks never sacrificed his arm and it was 2 arm Shanks, I think we get the man Buggy was talking about. Without a doubt, he's the king. I believe Shanks is him. You get what I'm saying? Like we're stopping anyone. We're slicing through magma, no problem. Like I believe that's divine departure in the magma. I believe we can do that. But the problem is he's waiting for Luffy. The arm. He only sits down and talks to Ben Beckman. He only sits down and tells Ben Beckman, let's go get the One Piece after reading the newspaper, seeing
that Luffy's ready,
and getting nostalgic about that form. That we now see him giving this thing for Gabon. Him talking to Gabon, and then we knew that he talked to Rayleigh as well. Shit, Gabon probably went and talked to Crocus because of Shanks. Yeah. And probably was like, yo, there's going to be a kick straw hat that comes your way. And Crocus like, oh yeah, he already came, bro. That's the kid was talking about. This has all been put into motion by Shanks. Yeah. He's been guiding this kid from day one. All of this is set in stone by Shanks. So what if Shanks never tried to set someone else up and just did it himself? He could have. He just didn't have the fruit.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say, to be fair, he told Luffy, do you know what you just did when Luffy ate the fruit?
Yeah.
Like, forget the devil fruit. He knew what he had. And like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if Roger, Rayleigh, any of them, at any time between childhood Shanks to adult Shanks, told him, like, you know, what we saw was that it wasn't our time. So once he saw Luffy ate the fruit and everything, and I do not put that past one bit for them to be like, you know what, I will pave the way, you just got to go. Because at Marineford, he didn't fight with Luffy, because if he would have fought with them, they would have gotten Ace back. No problem. I have no doubt in my mind, if Whitebeard and Shanks' crew would have went there with that entire fleet, Ace would have been perfectly fine. But he held off Kaido from getting involved, from like attacking them from the rear, and then he came to save the day. He said, look, and he didn't even look at Sakazuki. He blocked him with the sword, and he was like, yo, Sengoku, we good?
Yeah.
Or do you want more?
Shanks loses that opportunity. Not Shanks. Ace loses that opportunity with Shanks in the Ace off. Because Shanks and Ace are actually sitting down and talking, and Shanks wants to talk about Roger. And Ace tells him Dub that. Let's move that conversation.
Yeah, it's not his people. Man.
And then Shanks says, say no more. That's it.
That's it.
Once you show me that you don't want no relationship with his father, which that's who I had the relationship with, I'm not going to say you for nothing. The most I'll do is tell Whitebeard to tell you child, which is what he did. Tried to do.
Yeah. So there was
very poised behavior on Shanks. I like that.
Yeah, because again, like when he did the Wi-Fi hockey against Green Bull, again, doesn't want to directly interfere in Luffy's journey, but just said, yo,
I heard you kind of hating from the jump when you first joined.
So Shanks has really just been like a guardian this entire time.
He for sure has.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that was a.
Shamrock got that shit on.
Actually, Shamrock me quick though, because I heard
you can say you're not a fan.
Yeah, I heard you was kind of hating from the jump when you first joined, talking about Shamrock. Yeah. I gotta know, man. Are you not fucking with the drill?
Oh, nah. Everything about them is corny. About the Holy Knights is corny.
Crazy.
Everything about the Holy Knights is corny, bro. Everything about the Holy Knights is corny. Now, here's the thing. They did say in the past, they did say that Shanks went back, right? Mm-hmm. So you got Shamrock got the Cerberus sword, right? Which is representative of the gates of hell, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Shanks with the Griffin, which is often praised as angelic, right?
Yeah.
So, good, evil. Mm-hmm. So what I'm curious about is at a certain part of the story, they said that Shanks, after he went with Roger's crew, he returned for a little bit and he left. They confirmed that recently when they said that Shanks returned to Mary Joie at some point and left again. Their swords look very familiar. So I'm curious if his sword also, like the Griffin that we saw projected was just
same.
Griffin we saw projected was just energy being projected, like his attack, like when Zoro does the dragon or anything like that, or if it was an actual manifestation of a devil fruit that the sword could have eaten. I hope it's not, because I actually like the idea of Shanks and his entire crew not having a devil fruit, because too often people get jammed up on this devil fruit power hierarchy, like Blackbeard. Blackbeard, like, oh, he has 2, he has 3, he has 4. Well, guess what? We saw with Law when he got transformed into a woman, he was like, Haki beats everything.
Yeah,
you know,
Kaido even told Luffy that.
Like he over everything. Like Kaido showed you when he was like with the Mount Rushmore behind him, like these big threats, these real problems. Like I don't care if you can go Gear 5 and it looks mad cool. Like Zoro out here manifesting 2 other Zoros from Conqueror's Haki. That's crazy. That's crazy. I want more of that. Like, but I don't. In the same vein, though, I don't want them to give everybody like a Haki power up.
We don't.
You know, like I don't want, like we just saw Yasop blow up Barto's shit, right? I don't want them to be like Yasop used like advanced armament Haki on his, and I don't want them to be like, well, now Usopp needs. No, he doesn't. Leave him with observation.
Sure.
Let Usopp's specialty, which isn't being a lethal gun shooter, is being an engineer. Like he's using organic bullets. Let that be his thing. Because I'm telling you, Usopp probably could have done that same exact thing.
I think the
that we
gas
saw
Yasop from the shock
would it have
value.
been a big explosion like that? Probably not. But he probably would have shot something that turned into a big green monster, like a fucking just fly trap and split the ship in half.
No, I think Usopp can definitely shoot something and blow up the ship.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, so people were gassing up the Yasop
Usopp's a
situation.
grown
I'm
ass
like,
man.
we don't need that. We don't need all that.
No, they gassed it up. They gassed it up more for dialogue like Yasop, because he's handling business. He's handling business to a point where you can tell his captain stop slacking.
Well, tell him.
Want to see that. See that from Usopp.
Well, his
everybody wants
captain. His captain needs to tell him to stop slacking. He needs to go raise his family. That's what he needed to go do.
He's not doing that. He's the biggest deadbeat, and I respect it because he knows he's a deadbeat. He know he's a deadbeat. He's like, yo, I gotta see Usopp. I don't want to see that. Burn down this shit. I'm with it. Like, yo, Yasop, I give him respect. To me, he's the coolest member of the Shanks crew. Like, he about his business. He's a true pirate. True pirate. To the core, he's a true pirate. Then you got Lucky Root. But, no, that motherfucker was like, that motherfucker was bored. He was like, leave my family to go be. You gotta tell me twice, bro. Get on this shit, bro. Let me get on this shit. We doing this. But, like, nah, I totally agree with some of your points, Chris.
Yeah, I want to harp on something real quick. I agree with your point on the Shanks thing with the weapon. I think their lore is very similar to each other. I don't want it to be that Shanks has a actual weapon in the sword. If he did, that's cool. I would laugh. I would want it to be that he has like see how we saw like the Haki Susano version of it. I wouldn't be mad if he could actually command that Susano, like that Haki manifestation. It could actually do stuff, like how we see Ashura does stuff. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he could do that. Like that would be cool for that facet of Haki. I've always thought you could use a Haki Susano. No one's actually freaking done it yet, but they are leaning closer to that point. They did it twice with Zoro against Kaido. He created the dragon out of his sword, and then the dragon, and he cut Kaido right after the dragon appeared, and then with Ashura as we know. But I think it will just be a regular sword that can manifest his will, the will of a griffin, because of the name of the sword as well. But I think Shamrock and Garland, I think they have double sword. probably even Summers as well.
Yeah.
But for Shamrock and Garland, I think we'll have weapons that have been used by somebody Emu related. Because I don't think Shanks was around to get a blessing from Emu to have a Griffin like placed in his sword the same way we see. You know what I'm saying? Well, if he does, then that'd be cool. But I don't really see it that way working, because even though we see Cerez with the black mythical ring around the black Hagoromo, like we see the board say,
arraignment. Yeah.
We also see black flames and black smoke coming from it's like coming from Cerberus, like in it, with like the swords that come out of his mouth, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something dark related. Like you probably blessed this. You know what I'm saying? And just for kicks, like I keep saying, like I said last week, Typhon and Griffin and Cerberus have the same parent in Greek mythology. The parent name is Typhon. I think Typhon is the weapon that Garland is gonna have. Garland's weapon is going to be Typhon.
So you see, I that's where I disagree with you a little bit. I think that's and this is my hope, at least in my headcanon, is I hope that they have 3 different triggers. So like Shanks is using Haki Manifestation.
Yeah.
Shamrock is using the Devil Fruit Blade, and that Garland is actually Typhon, because remember he took the spot of Saint. Can you remember? Was it Jay Garcia? I can't remember.
Saturn.
Yeah. So he took the spot of Saturn, which means Emu was going to bless upon him one of these, which I don't even think they're devil fruits. I think that they're true devils.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
So I truly do believe that he blessed upon him another.
Can I challenge your thought?
Sure.
Can I challenge your thought process?
Please.
I encourage you to think bigger for Garland. I think you think too small. Right? Oda came out in 10 questions and told us Garland is strong for a reason. Never ever said a character was strong outright, unless it was like through a world longest title, unless it was his son, like his son Shanks. Where Shanks, you know, Shanks is strong because Shanks literally has gone at it with everyone with the world's strongest title. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to say that he's not strong, right? But with Garland, I think he has. Remember, Conqueror's Haki, it comes from somewhere. So Shanks could have it, and it could have got nurtured by Roger, sure, but it came from somewhere originally. So that same Haki that we give Shanks, that crazy output, Garland's might not be on that same level, but Garland is indeed a conqueror. I promise you.
Right? You have to remember the position.
Wait, hold on. Let me land.
Yeah, keep cooking.
The weapon, if his son already has him, and his father was the supreme. His father's the supreme commander, and we're talking about a weapon that we see passed down through the lineage of the Garland. I would encourage you to think that he has the weapon as well. Now, if you actually look at Garland, could be wrong. The whole lore about Fenrir and the children of Fenrir. The two dogs, the 2 wolves. One is basically depicted as Shank, and the other is being depicted as Garland. As Shamrock. So the father of that, he's being given lore in 2 places as a father, Typhon and Fenrir. So I personally think when Oda says he's strong, it's because we're in the final saga where you see him be stacked. He's going to have that. He's going to have that blessing from Emu talking about, with immortality factor and a true devil form. He might even have I think he's also going to have a weapon that backs that up as well. So now he's even more stacked, because now he has a weapon that also imbues ability. Then he's also going to have this crazy ass Haki output. I think when it comes to Garland, we're looking at the strongest Gorosei in totality. I really think that's what we're seeing right now. The only person I'm willing to say in the world government ranks that has the ability to scale over Sokka's Garland. Only person I'm willing to give that to. But that's, I encourage you to just think about it a little bit. I think Oda is going all out, and he's giving him I think Oda's giving Garland. He's giving his son this much attention in Shanks, and then he's bringing in his other son. He's still giving him this much attention. I really think Garland's in for something big when it comes to him. So yeah.
So you see, my thing about that is that certain point becomes too much. So, like, for instance, we have one character who maintained their weapon, so an quote unquote weapon, in when they transformed into the demon, right? Which was, I think that's Mars, right? The ball-headed supreme sword dude who could cut the soul. That's Phoenix. I have all messed up. So he's the only one who maintained it. Now, so you would have. I don't think that he would give him a devil form and then a devil weapon, a mystical weapon. That's why I don't think. I think that the fact that Shamrock has it is because Garland didn't need it, and Shamrock did. You know, he had Shamrocks, he had Shanks. So you could have had Shamrock didn't have that weapon, and then all of a sudden Shanks is the Emperor of the Sea. So they're like, you know what? We're gonna give you a little something extra. Here's Cerberus. Now you're kind of competing at that same power. Garland didn't need that. You have to remember the position that Garland held for years.
Yeah, he's
like the first time
commander of the Holy Knights. But
the first time we saw him
already.
The first time we saw him, he had the legs crossed with the big hair. He was like, "Yo, shut up, shut up." From here.
But I'm saying, what tells you that he didn't have like how I'm
because
saying,
he's so strong.
Typhon, what tells you that he didn't have that? You don't know nothing about Garland's ability at this point. How you didn't have that?
So
how you didn't have that?
So my assumption, again, this is just me thinking, is that he wouldn't have needed it, or if he did, it's now Shamrocks with Cerberus. But I don't think he needed it. I think he just was strong, and not strong with like assistant strong. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but I don't agree because even with Shamrock's telling Loki, you survive my devil fruit weapon, then you gotta face me. So I see Garland in that same light. Like, yeah, you could do this, but now you're the top dog of the board. Say the way he's walking in, sitting, his presence. Just looking at the board. If something Garland, think about it. Shamrock's not even the supreme member of the Holy Knights. He's just the commander of the Holy Knights. He has power like this. And like I said, it seems family-wise that this power is being bestowed. I would definitely think, and especially if Shamrock is a half-man, right? Because like I said, this is speculative. I think Shamrock is not a full-blown celestial dragon, which is why he doesn't have a saint title. I think his mother was a slave. Even moving with that thought, why would I have the guy who's half-blooded? If I move with that thought, why would I have the guy that's half-blooded with this much power, a guy who's fully that nigga in the head of the household at that? Why would I not have him in that? Why would I not have him in that position where, with that type of a power equipped already?
Just because he doesn't need it. Imagine how disheartening it would be that you have
God Valley without using like just swordsmanship.
Oh,
God Valley, he fought. I would believe you. I would be full-hearted because then we got something on his power. But because Oda's been so hush about his power, to where he's now answering questions like, he's strong, and he's strong for a reason.
It's that exact same point that Oda made, which makes me think that he doesn't have anything. He's just strong.
He's just that guy.
He's just that guy. And like my son right here, Valdoni, in the comments, I completely agree. I also think that Loki is Fenrir because
that's possible.
Loki's entire lore is about how he's going to be Nika. He's going to be the sun god. And Fenrir's lore is literally to swallow the sun. So I personally agree with him.
Loki, because no one's answered this question for me yet neither. I've been asking this mural. The same markings that are on Loki, the ancient giant that are on the mural, the same markings that are on the Hell Serpent, which you could say is the red line, and the same markings that are on what's it called, the planet that's in between the first world and the second world. Now all three of those share the same markings. And if I'm relating the markings that I see on that Hell Serpent, I wouldn't be surprised to find out, because even just like the wolf that we're getting in Elbaf, see the wolf, he's sticking out his tongue. We've also seen the snake in Elbaf doing that same shit. When Luffy took the snake out, and the name of that snake was all names to Jormungandr. And the whole thing of Loki, Loki is Ragnarok, right?
Correct.
Jordan still plays into that. So just when I say I'm running with the thought, just moving off of it independently. So I'm cool with you stating your claim on you don't think that he's Fenrir, but I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from. Because right now it's still up in the air where they both can be from. And right now Fenrir had 2 kids, right? And the hottie and the one that chased the sun and one that chased the moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally the lore of Garland. He has a son that's chasing after his following in his footsteps. That's Shamrock chasing the moon. He's the depiction of the moon in One Piece, the moon hairstyle. And then you have the son, the other son, who's chasing the sun, setting up everything for the sun god. So the lore behind Fenrir right now it suits. You can say it suits Loki. I'm cool with that, but it also suits Garland. So that I want to wait and see where it goes and how it ends. But right now, I wouldn't be too surprised to find out this guy's the ultimate, Emu's ultimate badass, Emu's ultimate knight, Emu's ultimate Dolph. He has a double weapon, or not? He has an imbued weapon. Him himself is imbued with some other shit, and then his Conversaki's kind of up there. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a major villain on the side of Emu. So it could be too much, but this might be what we're looking for. We're in the final saga of One Piece. It's always been too much. But
and let me ask you this then: who's Fenrir's pops?
Loki.
Fenrir, Bjorn, and Hela are the 3 children of Loki. So I wouldn't be surprised if Loki is the wolf. Excuse me. If Loki's the wolf, you have, and then he is the. You remember he's the pack leader for all of those animals in the forest. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's they're alluding to the wolf-like tendencies, being a pack, him being an alpha. They're alluding to that. So, like you said, Oda has 2. He has 2 completely different branches that he has everybody spinning around. You know what I mean?
You know the Norse, the chimera creature in Norse mythology. I think it's some type of mythos.
The core?
Nah, it's something. I gotta remember the name of the so far, he kind of suits that up too. But my boy was just telling me about that. I can't remember everything, so I can't even get the thought on it. It's another creature that suits up to the lore of Loki. Basically, it makes him a shapeshifter rather than making him an actual god. But yeah.
So I'm just saying, I personally, I don't know. I think that Garland being, because another reason why I'm like good with him being Fenrir, but like also is Fenrir is a major villain, the bringer of Ragnarok. So it would be fitting for him to be like the new Gorosei member, and he's like, okay, now it started. That fits. Yeah. You know what I mean? However, the other ones are straight yokai. The other 5 that we saw were yokai. Fenrir is not a yokai. Yeah, Fenrir is not. So that's why you kind of hesitate, or I personally hesitate between the 2, because I originally, with the giant moon on his head, I immediately went to that. You know what I mean? Because once we saw the golden, or I called them the Golden Knights. These knights, you can immediately see Shanks' silhouette right there in the front. So, excuse me. So now we know, it's not. It wasn't Shanks snitching on everybody in Mary Joao that time. So I personally just think that at this point, I create too much headcanon, so then I kind of have to like let it go because I don't want to ruin the story for myself. In a sense of because I can, for me personally, you can get trapped in making this lore in your head of what you think. Oda comes out with something completely different, and then you may even be like, I like my way better a little bit.
A lot of One Piece fans.
Hey. I definitely fuck with your POV.
It's like, wait, like he put so much in there. I'm like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, he does.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
I guess my last question before you wrap up, unless I got anything else I want to say or ask. I want to know, do y'all think
that's my take on One
Shamrock's
Piece.
views
Just don't listen to
himself as
Zaza
stronger than Shanks?
and
Or is
you'll
it
be on the right
just
track. We'll all find it in due time.
because the way
I
he talks
definitely,
about him, I'm like,
I definitely fuck with your POV. Chris,
but I wasn't
people in
sure
the
if that
chat
was
saying
like,
spitting. Um, dope theories. I guess my last question before you wrap up, unless y'all got anything else y'all want to say or ask, I want to know: do y'all think Shamrock's views himself as stronger than Shanks, or is
Yes.
100%.
Yes, 100%.
because the way he talks
He
about
looks at him
him,
like a
like,
peasant. He's like, yo, you lost an arm.
what are you
This?
talking
I wasn't
about?
sure if that
What
was
do you
like,
wait, Zaza? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm saying if when Shanks went to go visit the Holy Land, Sharon was like, yo, you lost. What you lose your arm to?
We didn't know. But we don't.
I think he went to the Holy Land before.
And even yeah, me too. And
I
plus
don't know.
we don't know. Plus we don't know about anything in regards to what was said to Shanks.
What are you talking about?
All we no, because that hasn't happened. We gotta call.
What I was saying.
Only thing that was said in that situation was in this situation, in this context,
Sure.
I said this when I first talked about it in the first place. He doesn't disrespect his brother at all. He disrespects to where his brother chooses to live.
He didn't call Shanks a peasant
Shamrock does
himself?
not disrespect Shanks. You can pull the text up. He doesn't say anything disrespectful.
Oh, lives amongst the peasants.
Oh, he said,
Okay.
he said no, he did not. He says my estranged younger brother. And estranged only means my long lost.
Sure.
All that means in English. My long lost younger brother chose to live in the realm of the. He disrespected the realm he chose to stay in. He never disrespected him himself. That's
He
a
didn't call
Garland
Shanks himself?
No.
Okay.
No, he said he lives
If you
amongst
are
the peasants.
reading the
Oh,
wrong
lives amongst.
He lives amongst
Hey,
the
wrong
peasants.
translation.
Has anybody
I'm
seen the new
reading
Lion King?
Peasant. I'm saying what Shamrock won't say. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think that's
He a
regardless.
peasant.
I think
He
that's
a peasant.
regardless. Pride is a little heavy.
so the only reason,
He like
I asked
he like
is because
he's not a peasant, but you're still a
spoiler alert,
peasant.
yeah, that's it.
It's like, yo,
In the movie,
I understand
Mufasa,
why you did that, but
that's fair
I
too.
would never live that.
Mufasa
That's
is a
pretty much
stray,
what
right?
Hey,
And one thing we know about lions is they
has
don't take
anybody
any
seen the
stray.
Lion King?
So when the
No.
king of this pride
A hell of a time
finds him,
to bring that up.
Are you
he
talking
doesn't
about
want to live there for one day.
Mufasa?
It's something that they
Mufasa.
he ends
No,
up
The
living
only
there,
reason,
right?
only reason I
But
asked
he
is
only lives
because
there under the caveat
spoiler
of
alert if you haven't
you're not gonna be with the
in the
men
movie,
I'm not
lions.
going to.
You're gonna be with the women
that's fair
lions.
too.
All the
Mufasa
men
is a
in our
stray,
pride,
right?
we're gonna
And
be
one thing we know about lions
here,
is they don't
poor,
take
family.
in strays.
You
So
or
when
with
the
the women.
king of this
So
pride
it's not a sense
finds
of
him,
almost like
he doesn't
saying,
want to live
okay,
there for one, but something
Shanks, you
they
do live with the peasants.
he ends up living there,
Sure, that doesn't make you
right?
one,
But
but
he
you
only
almost
lives
embody
there
them because
under the caveat of
so like with
you're
Mufasa,
not going to be with
he
the
was
men
saying,
lions.
of
You're
course,
going to be with
or
the
not
women
Mufasa, the king
lions.
was saying, of
All the
course
men
Mufasa's
in my
not like
pride,
a
we're
female
going to
lion,
be
but
here.
you're
We're
living
poor
with the female
family.
lions,
You
and you're going to
are with the women.
learn as if the
So
female
it's
lions
not a sense
are
of
teaching you how to
almost like
be
saying,
taught
okay,
in their like
Shanks,
culture.
you do
So to
live with the
me and
peasants.
to everyone in this
Sure, that
pride,
doesn't make
you
one,
are a female
but
lion,
you almost embody them
if
because
that
you're
makes sense.
surrounded by them. So like with
If
Mufasa,
that
he
parallel
was
possible.
saying, of course, or not Mufasa, the king was saying, of course, is not like a female lion, but you're living with the female lions, and you're going to learn as if the female lions are teaching you how to be a cub in their like culture.
For sure.
So to me and to everyone in this pride, you are a female lion, if that makes sense. If that parallel crosses
You
over.
embody a peasant because you are what you live amongst, pretty much. Right?
So I'll say this about that. I hear what you're saying, but the way I interpreted that line was that Shanks isn't weak, right?
Sure.
So I interpreted his brother basically not saying nothing bad about him because the dude is strong. He was basically just saying, yo, he not right in the brain. He chooses to go live in the fucking ghetto. Let him live in the ghetto. You know what? That's on him. That's on him. But he's not saying nothing else because I promise you, if Shanks went up to them and said, I'm ready to come home, it would take him willingly.
Yeah, of course.
Willingly.
Okay.
He hasn't done anything besides take the Gomu Gomu no Mi from them. He hasn't done anything else to press them really, outside of protecting the weak.
I believe the offer to go back home happened before that happened as well. So it probably wouldn't be the same. That would have been allowed before. I don't think it would have been allowed after that Gum shit happened. Then that actually plot wise wouldn't make
Fair.
I don't know. I think they would. I think if he.
Wait, hold on. Let me just put it in perspective. I just want you to think about this, right?
No, I hear you. That started this whole issue.
I was saying this is the fruit of Joy Boy, all this,
Mm-hmm.
and you steal it from us, and we lose it because of you when we had it.
And
we're just
now everyone knows our shit.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me for devious, super brilliant, super villain that I've been handling, strong arm in the world for 800 years. That don't work for me. That don't work for me. But that's why I think all this stuff about going to the Holy Land, I think all that stuff happened because he talks to Roger, and Roger he asked Roger a question, whatever, and Roger says some things to him and cries. That's the dialogue we get in the manga. The anime, it looks like more of a quick moment. In the manga, we are told that he asks Roger a bunch of questions. Roger then, after talking to Roger, he cries. So this to me tells me Roger probably told his roots, where he probably came from, and before he goes to meet Yasopp and meet Ben Beckman and all that, he probably went to the Holy Land first before he became a pirate. Or when he only had a ragtag 3 to 4 guys, he left them somewhere, like how Bonnie would leave the crew and then go looking for Vegapunk. The same thing Shanks would probably go to the Marie's Wall, find out what's good, and be like, I don't want to be here, but I just want to come see what's up and head back down.
I think he went after Roger died.
Me too.
So Roger was executed, and he went. I don't think he was there like a year or two. I think he was there for a while.
Like a month.
And I think I think he was there for a while. Like, let's say he was 15 when Roger died, maybe a little younger. I think that he left at 20, kind of shit.
Oh.
I think he learned how to properly fight and everything there. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident in that's where his sword comes from. I'm pretty confident that he learned how to fight. He learned everything there. There's been a lot of rumors around the SBS about Shanks' hockey abilities. There was one outrageous one, he has the ability to shut down observation hockey. We saw his future sight is crazy with Kid. The realm of possibilities around Shanks is so enormous, which is why I don't like, I don't like putting that shell on Shanks or on Garland that he has his sword is imbued, because you have a situation where you have this dude who is so powerful, and he's, like he said, he's a half-breed or potentially a half-breed. Now, what happens if you have a pure-bred powerhouse who's just him? You try me if you want with whatever you have, and I will address it in kind, and I will stamp out any rebellion. Why? Because I'm him. That's the energy I got from Garland off rip. So then if you're going to tell me that he's going to become this crazy, because you had mentioned earlier, not to go back to this, but you had mentioned earlier his hockey is so crazy. His hockey is so crazy. We already saw the Gore says hockey is out of control. You know what I mean? When they did the hockey scream, everything was going wrong. So it kind of becomes redundant once he goes into that transformation into a yokai. So that could empower his yokai even more, his natural hockey. You know what I mean? His natural hockey levels.
Mm-hmm. Wait. When talking about his hockey previously, I was just speaking upon Shanks has conquers hockey. Garp said Luffy was born with it. It's not something you don't just gain it. It's something you're born with. So I was just saying that to say that Garland has conquers hockey. I don't know what potency, but someone who's telling the Navy to fall back is useless. Rock's pirates are here, and us and the Holy Knights will handle it. Pretty sure there's big gusto behind that. So that's all I was saying, that he has conquers hockey. There should be no question that Garland has conquers hockey.
No question.
So yeah, cool.
That's my biggest. That's my biggest. Like you said, the fact that it's hockey has been described. Conquers hockey has been described. 1 in a million people have it. You're born with it. You can't develop it. You can't train for it. It's either you have it or you don't.
Okay.
So the ultimate debate then becomes: does Kobe have conquerors?
I don't think it's impossible for him to have conquerors.
I guess.
and he does as well. They just never told us who the fuck is.
Didn't Kobe knock somebody out at the Marine Corps? When he was like,
no.
Also, that Marine Ford was observation.
Yeah, because he was sensing people dying, and he was
it wouldn't
like the stuff like that.
I'm thinking of
You know who is going to get Conqueror Hockey? And I'm not going to be surprised. I keep telling people, Buggy. I can see Buggy having that shit.
If I'm gonna stay on this, I'm gonna be like, I'll talk to
I honestly think Buggy's gonna have it. I definitely think Buggy's gonna have it.
I guess. Probably.
No.
Somebody in the chat
Buggy is literally
Buggy.
there to make fun of people who keep making comparisons of Yonko level and all of this. Buggy is there to make fun of that. Because now he's a Yonko. Now what?
He's gonna. Buggy has risen when you think he shouldn't. I'm telling you. You're looking down. I see Buggy having it. Buggy having it.
Somebody's gonna say chill with Buggy. He's making it.
See?
That's somebody. Oh, you mean like in addition to the team?
Coach out here protecting people.
So,
oh my God.
Let's see this then.
About Donnie. Yeah, where?
BB, not Yamato.
Let's pivot to this. Who do you think will be the final Straw Hat?
Oh, you mean like?
Or who do you want it to be? Because technically, by the numbers that they love to use, there should be one more member.
If it's just one more person, then it's
VV. Well, you say that, and I understand that argument, but in the same vein, Cobra's dead. She now has to run a kingdom.
She has to.
She can't run no kingdom under her current circumstances and scenario. That'd be ridiculous for her to go back to Alabasta. Unless she gets assassinated.
But she wouldn't then become a pirate. If anything, her current situation is best for her.
That's why she's
constantly on the move. Not when Luffy's running all up onto the
right now. She's follow Baldoni.
Otherwise, she's food to any other big group out there.
Now when he's gonna run straight first into the people who want her.
So Big News Morgan is gonna. I mean, Luffy's gonna have to do it because Luffy's the one toppling all the organizations in the series anyway. I want to touch on that because that's a bridge you don't have to cross regardless. So
yeah,
I'm saying
that bridge is already there.
Exactly. In order for her to go back to her
follow
country, in order for her to go back to her country and run it under proper stability, we need to get rid of the problem right now. And she needs to band together with a actual force of power, and that's what the whole point of getting the Yonko title is, to let it be known that you're a force to be fucked with. So I think her siding with Straw right now, like her going to tell Morgan to put that X on the newspaper on Luffy's arm, so that when the Straw Hats see this, they know, okay, she's okay. You might need to know her, or whatever the case may be. Sabo needs to see her and Luffy. Like that all needs to come full circle, and she's already.
If Bonnie would have joined the crew, does she then become the weakest member?
You know, it just makes the most sense that she would be the member. So if she doesn't
like that,
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not Bonnie, not Bonnie. I meant
Luffy. I want Bonnie to be Luffy's little apprentice. I got mad hopes and dreams. I'm just like, no.
She
makes the most sense for the narrative.
And she does. I don't like Bonnie, but I think you're saying that.
I'm like, I have to misheard that.
Does she then become a member?
No.
She could transform into Nika. She has a Nika
powers. Her powers are hacked. Her powers are hacked. Yeah.
I mean, BB. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Sanji exists.
Who did you say?
Sanji exists.
He's joking. We get it, Chris. We get it. Now, it's gonna be between her and Chopper. Because I think Nami right now.
Time out. I'm not gonna sit here for Chopper slander. Chopper has an awakened devil fruit. That's what Monster Point is. That's an awakened devil fruit.
I think we jumping the gun on that. Actually, I don't think Monster Point is a.
It's a drug-induced state. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's a drug-induced state.
I don't think it's authentic awakening.
It's not him awakening
because he doesn't need the drug anymore.
Just like the guy.
Yeah, he does.
Down that were awoken and were kind of like you could say that Chopper's took in control of the Berserk form. Like, yeah, but that's not his authentic awakening. I don't think that.
I think that is his authentic awakening. I think
that
what he did was he jumped the gun.
And his true awakening will
he
be his
was fucking Lambo. If you've ever watched,
that's the only
Hitman Reborn. He jumped into the bazooka to make himself older. He like he went gone from Hunter x Hunter and took power from the future and came back, and that's why he couldn't control it. He was berserk.
I think
like has an awakening.
That monster point is his Shikai. And his true
or was he just not able to
I see no Hagoromo.
That's the only
reason.
That's the only reason. Just because he doesn't have the. Because even they say Kaido wasn't fully awakened when he was.
Yeah, think about it. If Kaido was fully awakened,
well, you have to remember, not every Devil is awakened. Because
like
what's his name? Sengoku doesn't have an awakened devil fruit.
Or was he just not able?
We don't know.
He has a mythical zone. I mean, he was at Marineford and he didn't. Granted, that's the issue, right? We didn't know about things at Marineford when it came to this stuff, so we don't know. You know, from the stuff they showed us, we just truly don't know. I don't think Chopper. I think is what happened.
I'm saying we did know about awakening
with raiment.
No.
What?
Not it.
With raiment, the clouds.
Not it.
No.
I'm talking about because we could sit here and debate whether or not Sengoku was awakened with his big uniform.
That's what I want.
But we don't know. It was just like Luffy and Chopper's. It was the mythical zone. Well, Choppers and I mean not Chopper, him and Luffy, because they're gods. They're mythical zones.
Yeah, we got that mark. Chris, I appreciate you joining us.
I actually think the final Straw Hat's going to be Loki.
Most definitely welcome.
Because the Straw Hats are a band of misfits, and nobody wants Loki.
Already knowing that. Love your.
But I'm gonna go because I got work in the morning.
Thank you for being light on the phone today.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, we got
super
that mark. Chris, I appreciate you joining us. Love your POV.
You already know what you're doing.
Most definitely welcome. Every Sunday,
everybody that
we
joined, appreciate y'all taking us out.
On the
follow.
chapter definitely pop up again. Same goes to you, Zach. Already knowing that. Love your pieces. Thank you for being light on the trolling today. And
no hate in 2025.
Hey, super duper appreciate it. Kez. You already know what you. Yeah, everybody that joined, appreciate y'all checking us out. Appreciate the follows. Till next time, peace. We just been.
Character has the best character development. Bakugo or Dolphin or best?
Mm-hmm. It didn't. Yo, ready to hop on that foot? Man, big bet. Let's do it, my guy. Let's do it. Bet I'm about to hop on now. Yeah.